man who lives in Virginia, and his name is Gabe. And Gabe is 8 years old today. So we want to wish Gabe a very, very happy birthday. And as a matter of fact, I think normally Lisa would do the happy birthday thing, but I think we should all do. How about a little song for Gabe here, okay? On happy birthday to Gabe. Can we all do that? All right. All
Absolutely.
right, here we go, Gabe. This one's for you. Ready? Here we go. Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to you.
you. Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday,
dear
dear
Gabe.
Gabe.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to you. Oh,
you.
it's just like the King family. Holy crap.
We are
On
freaking
on heroin.
fantastic.
Yeah, my God almighty. What do they say? Your voice is like between Fergie and Jesus?
Fergie
Absolutely.
Jesus.
You know, oh my God. Oh
You know,
Lord. What?
in the car, I sound fantastic.
Do you?
Uh-huh. In
Yeah.
the shower, too.
Well, if you're ever in the shower and you want me to listen, let me know.
I think
I'll
you're going to
record
be
it.
doing more than
I'll
listening.
record it.
Oh.
I do a kick-ass air drum.
Do you? Do you really?
I do, and an air piano.
You know what I picture? I picture like Home Alone.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, where they got doing the you know.
Yeah.
You know that type of thing. I know you're beautiful all the way, Lisa. Believe me, I know.
That's
You
so
are.
sweet. Thank
So are
you.
you, Janet. Yeah, Jay, you too. You're
Okay.
beautiful too. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you
Why?
feeling,
Is
Jace?
it, is it that coffee that's doing
Feeling
it?
better.
I haven't got.
I-
So you know what? As a matter of fact, I have a way now. See now, I just pressed the coffee maker to go on. So I now will have 2 minutes and 20 seconds to get from where I am right now to the coffee machine. Put half and half in my coffee. Put a thing of sugar in there, and get back to this microphone.
And you
right?
can do it.
And all right. So I'm going. And watch how I do this. You ready?
Okay.
Here it goes.
Well, I'm on a quest for a perfect cup of coffee. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of cream. If you're a sweet talking daddy who likes it in the morning, maybe you could make it for me. Looking for something bold, rich and dreamy, sweetened by his simplicity. I'm not asking for a tall drink of water, just a stout little mug of ecstasy. 'Cause I'm on a quest for a perfect cup of coffee. Little bit of sugar, little bit of cream. If you're a sweet talking daddy who likes it in the morning, maybe you could make it for me. Well, I've had it strong and I've had it weak. I like it smooth and I like it sweet. Drink it all while it's still hot, but I won't turn on the coffee pot. 'Cause I'm on a quest for a perfect cup of coffee. Little bit of sugar, little bit of cream. If you're a sweet talking daddy who likes it in the morning, maybe you could make it for me. Just the way you take it, but that won't ease my mind. Pleasure's greater with a giver and a taker, and I'll give you yours if you'll give me mine. 'Cause I'm on a quest for a perfect cup of coffee. Little bit of sugar, little bit of cream. If you're a sweet talking daddy who likes it in the morning, maybe you could make it for me. I'm on a quest for a perfect cup of coffee. A little bit of sugar, little bit of cream. If you're a sweet talking daddy who likes it in the morning, maybe you could make it for me. So maybe you could make it for me. I said maybe you could make it for me.
Yeah,
Can
Jay.
you make it?
Hey, Jay, I got a question
Yeah.
for you. Jay,
Yes,
I
sir.
got a question for
Yes.
you. Are you?
Yeah.
Did you start recording the show from the start by the chance?
Yep.
Okay, good. Because I just started. Spreaker. I did a boo
Yes,
boo again.
I
I was all
did.
set. I know you got it.
We need to straighten the Facebook.
What about it? What do you mean?
I don't know. I feel like we're crooked.
We're crooked.
I think you need to go over yourself.
We are. You know what?
I
You're
have something for Jace this morning.
You are absolutely right. We are a little bit crooked. I'll fix that camera in just 1 second. But before we do that, hold on 1 second. We have a telephone call, and it's a very important call. So, good morning, caller. Who is this? Who's calling? Oh, you're not the call I was expecting. What? Go. What's up?
I love when people say stupid.
We need, you know what, though, Jace, because is Helen staying with us for the show? Is that what she's doing?
I think
She's,
so.
okay, we need to, and she can't Skype in, Jay?
She can, if
All
she'd
right.
like.
Wha-
Oh my!
Wow.
Are you
Wow.
sure that was the reason?
That's a typical
Oh
woman line.
my! I don't think I'm.
Who'd you go to
human.
bed with,
I
Helen?
You serious not?
Listen, Jay's going to try to Skype you in. If not, I'm going to text you a different phone number. How's that, okay? Can we do that? All right. Ooh, fine, just do it then.
She's
Fine,
angry.
she says, fine.
She's very
All right,
positive.
all right.
Leave the girl alone.
Jay, try to get her on Skype here. You're right, Lee. I think we are a little bit crooked on Facebook?
Just
I
a
don't
little,
know.
just
I mean,
smidgy.
maybe if I tilt my head this way, we'll be okay.
No, but why? Which one? You know what? I'm going to hold on. I got to come out there now, and I got to figure out which one
I'm just gonna do this the whole show.
Facebook camera.
Do I look okay? How do I look, people?
It looks a little.
You look fine, weirdo.
I have something for you, Jace.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I'm scared.
Are you in trouble?
You should be.
I am.
Are
Yeah, I
we
think
ready?
that-
Should I
to me,
go
that looks
ahead?
like the one that would be a little crooked.
Let's see if that did it.
Should I?
Maybe that straightened this out a little bit.
Let me see.
Live
Nope.
radio, folks.
No,
Yes,
we're,
Yeah, that
Blah,
did it.
blah,
We're good.
yeah, sure.
The two beautiful young ladies right there. So we're on YouTube Live, as a matter of fact, right now as well.
Hey-o.
Hi, everybody.
So say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. I have something for
Hey.
Jace.
You have something
We're on
for me.
YouTube Live. We're on Facebook Live.
Good.
So,
Yeah.
and
We're
All right.
live. We're real.
Do we have a
guys.
minute for me to do something?
You do. Absolutely. What are you going to do?
Okay.
That's it.
Here we go.
33 things to quit doing when you hit your 30s.
Okay.
Love it.
Say-
I'm excited to hear this.
all right. Do we have Helen? Are we? What's going on with
Oh,
just real quick?
No,
Huh?
no answer.
No
Send
answer.
her the number.
Okay.
That's some
Don't
bullshit.
me. Just do it.
All right.
All right.
In the meantime, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. 1, Facebook stalking, particularly your ex.
I
2,
don't. Anyway.
seeking approval from other people. 3,
bad.
beer pong. It's
Beer
time to
pong? Yeah,
toss the
stop
red
doing beer
solo. Yeah, it's time to toss those red solo cups. 4, sleeping away your entire weekend instead of doing something fun or productive.
You know, that's the thing. I wish I could just get a little bit more sleep. That's all
You're
I'm-
up all
it just-
night.
Huh?
Aren't you up all night?
No, I'm not. That's the funny part. Last night I went to
Take
bed
vitamins.
before 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I
I
saw
was
that.
in bed before 10 o'clock.
I saw that. I saw it because Danny's thing. You said goodnight.
Are you taking
Yeah,
your
I went to
nap?
bed before 10 o'clock.
Are you taking
That's
your
also
nap?
because I've been really sick myself.
Yeah.
And
You need
I've been
to-
waking up at 6:30, and I will get my news briefings, and I'll get all my news together, and then I'll get on the show by 7. And then with the kids out of school, this is that funny time of
Oh.
year between Christmas and New Year's where you don't know what day it is or what the hell you're doing with
Mhm.
your life anymore.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to sleep in. Just give me one more hour. That's all I want.
Isn't it nice to just wake up and not worry about
Yes,
what
it
you're wearing
is.
from the waist down
nice
and
to wake
Skype
up.
in?
Yeah.
I miss that.
Yeah, I bet
I
you
miss
do.
that. I miss that. At least my
I-
mother didn't ask me if I wanted 3 pounds of bacon. So
All right.
Number 5
Number
I think-
5.
All right. Somebody says it's buffering here. Is anybody else having problems?
on what? Facebook?
I guess she's saying Facebook. I'm not sure.
Let's
It's
see.
good for me, and stream is good for me.
Okay. All right. Sorry, whoever's having problems. We apologize for
Reboot-
that. You know, yeah,
reboot
reboot
your
your computer. There you go. All right. Try it again.
Number 5, weekend binge drinking.
Oh, God.
Those hangovers get worse with each passing year.
Okay. Let's start from the scratch. Number 1.
Number 1 was Facebook stalking.
So these are things you should not do. Say, what's the title? is
Stop doing.
Stop doing when you're 30.
Stop doing the. All right. So these are things that you're supposed to stop doing when you're 30 years old. Correct. Okay. Number 1.
Facebook stalking.
So you shouldn't. Okay. Number 2.
Seeking approval from other people.
Okay. Number 3.
Beer pong.
No more beer pong.
No more beer pong.
Well, that sucks.
Done.
Number.
Besides that, no,
Maybe
beer pong?
Tito's pong.
Oh, what
Maybe
is-
you should like
what
forget
is
the beer.
Tito? What is Tito?
It's vodka.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
good vodka.
By the way, your bottle of vodka there.
Yeah.
It's called Secret to a Happy Marriage.
Oh yeah. Is it
yeah.
gone already? It's
Almost.
like the size of me.
I know it's almost. Anyway, and I
Hey,
figured.
whatever
You know what I love about the bottle? Never mind. Anyway, okay.
4, sleeping away your entire weekend instead of doing something fun or productive.
You hear that, Jay?
Yeah. I don't been like that anymore.
Number 5.
Weekend binge drinking.
No more weekend binge drinking after 30?
That's right.
Oh, life is over.
I was just
Okay.
gonna start.
6. Building.
Janet just started it. So
right.
you spent 7 hours in a bar with her. You should know. I can't wait
I
to see.
know.
On
And I
Friday, she'll probably be on the top of the bar. You know?
I'll help her.
Well, maybe.
6.
you never
Building
know.
up debt on your credit card. Now is the time to pay it back and not
I
make
don't-
it worse.
I don't even have a credit card, so I'm good
Wow,
there.
you're
Lucky
good.
guy.
Number
7.
6.
That was 6.
Oh, that was 6. All right,
7.
number
That's-
7.
Hitting up mom and dad for money.
Yeah. Okay.
8.
Either my parents have been split since I was 7.
Yeah. So you can't hit them up for money. But anyway.
Well, if you go to the one, they don't have
What are
it.
we
Go
at
to the
now?
other.
We're at number what?
8.
Number
8.
8. What's number 8?
Keeping bad friends around out of convenience or because you're too lazy to cut them out.
Yeah, bitch.
Send
All right.
them
All right,
packing.
that I do have a problem with.
Yep. We
Yep.
all do.
All right.
9. Buying
9.
anything and everything you want when you're shopping.
Yeah.
I never did that.
Ooh.
How many are there?
There's 30. I don't have to do all of them.
No, I
There's
want you to do all of
33.
them. Number
Oh.
10.
Sneaking a smoke.
Yeah. Well, smoking you shouldn't do at any age.
I
That's
agree.
you know.
Let's not be sneaky about it.
yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do it.
Look at this bastard
Just
up there.
don't
You know.
do it.
My mom smoked 4 packs a day back in the day.
Did she
My
really?
husband smoked
My
3.
father-in-law used to smoke like Luckies. You know, no filter. All right, what are we at?
11.
11.
Buying new underwear instead of doing laundry.
Every day.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. I love the feel of having a.
Silk undies.
Am I going to get sick by this? Because I'm trying
Don't
to
tell
drink.
me you wear tighty whities.
No, I don't wear tidy
Okay,
whities,
good.
but I love the feeling of new underwear.
Okay.
I
I
think we
also
should.
love the
Is
feeling
it
of brand new.
silk?
I think we
clean
should have a. I think we should have a Jay wears his new underwear to work day.
Is
Here it
silk?
comes.
Oh, there we go.
BJ, stop it.
He's
Stop it.
too anxious.
All
He's
right.
too anxious.
Helen's going to get mad at you.
Now wait a second. Now she's texting me again. He says, "I just called this number twice. You're not picking up." I'm looking right at my screen. Hold on a second. Let's go ahead. What number are we at here?
12.
Go ahead.
Advertising drunk nights on social media.
Oy.
That's what
13.
get drunk, so I can't advertise it.
That's good. 13. Skipping beauty routines. Start moisturizing ASAP.
Yeah, no.
That sounds
No.
about right.
14.
I'm a dude. We don't moisturize.
You should. Everybody should.
Yeah.
It's good.
No, I
It's
should.
healthy.
It
Why
makes
is this
you
not
blossom.
ringing
It
on the
makes you,
computer? Hold on.
14.
Because
Pulling
moisture
all-nighters.
is often misconstrued as masturbating, so I don't do that either.
Oh, geez. What?
Hold
They
on,
say
Helen.
Rising.
1 second. My goodness, is she being impatient this morning? Stand by. All right, hold
We
on.
have someone from Glasgow, Scotland.
What?
Lean.
Yes, we do. They were on yesterday with us too. So
Yes,
we're
very nice.
we love Scotland. You
15.
know, I love those little dogs.
While
you know,
we're waiting to
Well,
fix Helen.
yeah.
15. Making
Fix Helen.
excuses not to do your
I'm
workout.
gonna try here.
Yep, I don't work out,
What's
but I
a
do
workout?
run after the children and up and down the steps constantly, so I consider
That's
that a
workout.
workout.
Yes.
Sure.
Oh, you're so full of baloney.
16.
Go ahead.
Eating fast food.
Yeah, that's that. You know, I got to tell you, that's my biggest problem. That's what caused me to be
Oh, God,
at
that's
the
bad.
weight I am right now.
Oh,
I
it's
gotta.
bad for
This
your
one's funny.
dinners, too.
Hanging unframed pictures or posters on your walls. We
Why
think
is this-
Starry Night is great
What
too,
the
but it's
heck?
time to take it down.
Sorry, what kind of loser puts a poster in a frame?
It looks a little bit nicer.
No, it doesn't. Posters are not meant to go in frames.
Not when you hit 30, you stop it.
Stop
No.
it.
It's
Stop
it's
it.
the rule now. See, I'm reading.
I mean, no,
I need to
seriously.
interrupt for 1 second. Jay, do me a favor.
Yeah.
You have Helen's phone number?
Yeah.
Call her on Skype, please. Bring her into the call on Skype because I've tried Google Voice and I can't bring her in this way for some reason. So if
Okay.
you would, you need the number, you got it. Well, hold on. Take yourself off camera so that Helen's not getting like 50 million phone calls from, the National Association of Perverts.
Okay.
Just for a second, block
Yep,
yourself
yep,
out.
Yep.
All right, go ahead. What number are we up to?
We are 18.
No, but seriously, really quick though, I want to
About
know
the
if
posters?
you're supposed to do all this,
Yeah.
if you're supposed to not put posters in frame, or you're supposed to put posters in frames, why do we have man caves at 50?
You should
To
put
run
the-
away from your wife.
Well, it just looks a bit classier if it's in a freaking frame.
Yes, dear.
What was that one? I missed it because I was dealing with Helen's situation.
It
What?
was hanging unframed pictures or posters on your walls.
So that means I got to take the Pharaoh one down.
Well, is it in a frame? Then it's
Pharaoh doesn't
acceptable.
need- Pharaoh
like
doesn't-
this one, it's over here, is in a
You
frame.
know who they? You know who
It's in a
they?
frame.
You know who Ken and Dorothy interviewed yesterday, and you guys won't. Maybe Janet will know the name. Susan Anton
Oh, yes.
from Baywatch and all that
Beautiful lady.
stuff. She was a beautiful. She's still
She was,
beautiful.
I'm
Beautiful
sure.
blonde girl with
She
a
ran
great-
on the beach.
Yeah, but she
Yeah.
also sang with
Yeah,
Frank
she's
Sinatra and all those guys. So,
Talented.
all right, 18.
Ignoring 401k packets when you get them.
See, I didn't ignore it. I cried when I got it.
401k packets. What's a
Yep.
401k packet?
401k
When you-
retirement.
Yeah, your retirement.
Oh,
Yeah,
what's
but
that?
so in other words, like you're ready for retirement. That's
30?
what. Yeah. Yeah.
Spending 19. Spending most of your money on alcohol or eating out.
Okay.
20. Waiting for someone to do something for you so you don't have to do
Helen, are you there?
Stand by. Stand by, stand by.
Houston, we have a problem.
Hi.
we're trying to get Helen on the phone.
Here.
Houston, we have a problem.
Your phone?
Hi, Helen. Helen, you look just like a telephone.
Good morning.
How are you?
I think I'm here.
Turn your-
I'm not sure.
You are here. Can you hear me?
it. What are you
Yeah.
wearing, Helen?
You
Well,
have
look-
you have
look
your
like
phone
a
you have your
telephone.
phone up though or something because I'm hearing the show in the background.
Okay, I see my little phone, but I don't see me.
No,
But
we don't
anyway,
see
that's fine. I'm trying to work it here. I
you're
hate
doing
Skype. All right.
you're
so-
doing a fine job, Helen. You really are. You're
You
doing
should
a
just tell us
fine
a joke
job.
now.
You are doing a fine
Joke
job.
now.
Helen Cernigliero.
Oh, man.
Okay. Helen this morning is going to
Yeah.
read from the 50 Shades of Grey.
What? I don't think so.
Just
God
kidding.
Almighty.
Love you,
No.
Helen. The Helen, I told you,
No.
don't call me God Almighty. Eric.
All right.
Call me Eric.
So now I'm
Anyway.
on Skype.
Yes, you are. All right, Lisa,
No,
what number are we
I
up
don't know.
to?
21.
21. What's 21?
Only cleaning the toilet or tub when it literally cannot wait another minute. That
You
one's
see, I don't have that
stupid.
problem either. I buy those little blue things that you put in the tank.
That's not
You're
cleaning.
supposed you're
That's
supposed
not
to
cleaning.
you're supposed to
gotta
clean it?
spray that.
That's not cleaning.
Listen. You're
Wow,
s-
you guys scare me.
You're supposed to clean it. Go ahead. Number 22.
Lisa is a liar.
22.
I clean. I know these things. That's not how you clean.
Go ahead.
Giving up when things get hard.
You should keep never mind. Anyway.
23.
Yeah.
Waiting to take out the trash and recycling until guests are coming
Yep.
over.
Oh,
Yep,
God.
yep.
It's
yep.
my
Stop doing
efficient-
it, Jace.
Here's my efficiency
Let's go.
program. I learned this from the honeymooners. It's my efficiency program. When I'm not taking
Yeah,
the
yeah.
garbage out until it's totally full.
Oh, I
No,
do
no,
that.
no.
That's the first thing I do
Well,
in the
maybe
morning.
whoever's taking your leaf bags will help you with your
Did you
garbage
hear
piles.
about that? Well, not only that. Listen,
what
my
the hell
neighborhood.
is going on with that?
Listen, we got our leaf bags. They actually dump the leaves out and steal the bags.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Did
But
you
wait,
see the
wait.
picture on Facebook?
Yeah, but wait, it gets better because
Uh-oh.
people in neighborhoods close to us, like actually friends of ours, they went into their mailbox, okay, opened up their mail. The
That's
kid,
not
the
bad.
kid,
I've had that
the
happen.
little boy, all right, friend of Martin, the little boy had like gift cards coming and all this other stuff. They stole those.
Get out.
They stole the mail. Well,
Ooh,
and wait,
federal
then
offense.
they knifed the snowman on the lawn.
What?
They popped the snowman.
something
Then they
wrong.
went down the street. Wait, it gets better. Then they went down the street, and these people have a gingerbread house that they made out of wood. Whoever did this destroyed the gingerbread house.
They're
All right.
angry,
This
angry
is a
humans.
psychopath.
Wait,
Angry
but
people.
here's the thing, guys. Whoever did this,
They got it on video.
you made a big boo-boo when you opened up that mailbox. Because
Oh,
let me
yeah,
tell you something.
federal.
Yeah, they called the
Federal's
Suffolk.
right
They
now.
called the cops,
Oh, yeah.
and the cops called the feds.
Oh, yeah.
And the feds don't take the. And let me tell you something. The postal inspectors are going to come out. They don't take this. They don't take this.
that,
They don't
no.
take it lightly. So God bless you. And I'll tell you right now, what gets me is this in my house. Okay. Somebody had to go up to the front of the house, literally, and these garbage bags are like gigantic, bags filled with leaves, okay? And they dump out the leaves into a pile. Now, if a fly lands on my front lawn, my dogs go nuts. At 2:00 in the morning, they'll go nuts for a fly on the front lawn. Some morons out there dumping the freaking leaves on the ground, and my dogs don't bark. I don't get it.
That's something not right.
I don't get it.
Maybe they thought it was one of you.
I'm asleep. Oh, that's the other thing. And don't you laugh. If anybody laughs after what I'm going to tell you right now,
I'm
all right?
already gonna
If
laugh.
you don't
Sleep
laugh,
walking.
I'm going to tell. And this is true. I'm going to let you know this right now. This is what I'm about to tell you is true. Okay. At 4:00 this morning, that stupid moron dog Forrest. All right,
Aw,
that
don't say
I'm.
that.
He's
The
a
dog is
stupid
perfect.
moron dog, right?
No.
He's at my He's at my bedroom door, right? Normally it's 6:20 that he has to pee. Now and I let him out 3 times before I went to bed last night. So now it's 4:20 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay, I get out of bed, I open the door, and I say, "All right, let's go. I'm gonna let him out because if I don't let him out, the shithead will stand in the hallway and whine and whine. And I don't think he had to go. I think he was just freaking lonely.
Testing you.
All right.
Turns out it wasn't the dog.
So
it was
I
Martin.
walked down the hallway. I walked down the hallway. Now my wife, because we had people over for the holiday, cleaned the floors and polished them. Guess who fell down the
no.
fucking
No.
excuse my language. Guess who
Oh,
fell
no.
down? Guess
Not
who
again.
fell down the stairs?
No.
The dog.
Do you think? I mean, I literally fell down the stairs. My arm.
That's how she's taking you
I-
out.
Look, see, look. See the cut mark on my elbow?
And that's why
Right, my arm, my arm literally still hurts. Right, I'm laying on the bottom of the floor. I'm laying at the bottom of the stairs on the floor. Right, holding my arm. Okay,
Okay.
Dog's
and
dead.
the only person
only-
that checked on me was
Martin.
the dog.
Oh.
Okay, I get
Was it
back
on
up. I let the
awake?
dog out. I go back upstairs. I lay down on the bed, and Linda's looking at me, and I said, I just fell down the stairs, and she goes, "Yeah, I thought that was you."
Yeah.
That was the response I get at 4 o'clock.
That's how she's taking you out.
Yeah, you know what? That's the second.
That's brilliant.
I'm telling you, it really hurt. I could have killed myself. I would have been, and you know what the sad thing is? I would have been laying at the floor. I would have been laying at the base of the steps, at the bottom of not the basement of the steps, and nobody would have found me until the morning. All right, and I would have had a dog that had a piss. I
Can
would
you
have had a
see
dog.
Eric in a smart house?
I would. Oh my god.
Sherry!
And now that I'm talking about it, my arm,
Oh.
I can't really. My arm actually really does hurt. I
we
hurt
should do an
myself.
escape room.
Okay, here's the thing. You're okay. So now let's all laugh because it's funny. It's funny.
Oh, glad you find humor in my pain, Sinigliero. Anyway, so what number are we
No,
up to?
no, you're okay.
I'm okay, but my arm hurts. It really does. I can't lift my arm. How am I going to touch myself? But anyway, go ahead. All right.
24.
Oh, God, go to the doctor.
I don't want to. What are they going to do? They're going to take an X-ray and go, yeah, it hurts. You know? So good. 24. 24.
Holding on to
Okay.
grudges.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Gotta get rid of that.
What?
Holding on to
I don't
old
hold on to.
grudges.
I really don't anymore. I got to tell you, I've
I
learned
don't
my
either.
lesson. I
That's
do not
true.
hold a grudge.
That's
I don't
true.
care. I really don't. I don't hold a grudge. There's no grudge to be
Why
held.
bother?
I don't hold grudges. I use it for motivation to make music, and shows, and I let
So
the
you
music.
turn it to
form.
positive.
Oh,
do
here's the Sicilian in me.
Yeah.
Fill 'em with kindness.
Go ahead.
There you go.
You got it.
Go ahead.
Like kindness.
said kill
you
it
mean
with
like
kindness.
have a good day, fucker? Like that?
Wow.
Like I could say
That'll
that,
work,
right?
Lisa. Absolutely.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
See?
All right.
25. Washing your bath towel and sheets once every few months or just when you have company coming.
You're supposed to wash them.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that.
26.
months.
Neglecting family time.
Okay, got that.
27. Not taking responsibility for things.
Uh-huh.
28.
Blame the children.
Flossing only once a year before your trip to the dentist,
Oh, God.
and then right after when the dentist guilt trips you into it.
Yeah, right.
29, unhealthy dieting or buying a lot of Mountain Dew. 30,
I don't know what you're talking about.
texting while driving.
Oh, God.
31,
Dude,
not,
I voice text.
I do too, but sometimes, like, if I want to say crock pot, something else comes up. Not good.
A
Not
frock
good.
pot. What the hell's a frock pot? Yeah.
30, texting while driving. 31, not saving money. 32, participating in drama. 33, not staying up to date on current events. So you're always on target with that. Oh,
Yeah.
they added one. 34,
Uh-huh.
you should call Danny Ray at Pinnacle Court and get some life insurance. 1-855-380-3300.
Very good. Nice segue.
Love it.
3300.
Nice segue there.
Very good.
Nice.
So that was
morning,
for you,
Kate.
my
Good
friend.
morning, Marie. Good morning, Heather, and good morning, Tammy, watching us on Facebook Live.
Good
morning.
morning, ladies.
Well, for some reason,
So that I went backwards. So like what I did a list for your 40s. I did the list for your 50s yesterday. And then I
It was
did the
30s.
30s today for you. So I guess I'll do the 20s because I'm going to find that very interesting.
Oh, that's
Can you
easy.
see Lisa's list for 10 things to stop doing when you're 10? Stop touching your wiener in school.
This is
Really?
really,
Seriously, you're 10.
really.
No,
She
you know
says,
what though? I was
really?
having a serious conversation with my in-laws yesterday regarding the fact of over-medicating children. Charlie, now's good. You can call in now, Charlie. I was having a conversation with my in-laws yesterday about over-medicating children. Now, one thing to remember is that my mother-in-law is a teacher,
Oh, goodness.
and she
Jeez.
teaches at a private school. And the new students that come in, she has a meeting with the parents. Tell me about your kid. And the one thing we learned is that. But we were talking about this the thing, Lisa. I believe you brought it up yesterday, or it might have been Helen. I forget who it was that said that video gaming is now considered a mental condition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Helen.
That would be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be you. I
Okay.
apologize for misunderstanding that. And we were discussing the fact of how a lot of people seem to say if we don't understand it, it's a medical problem. If we don't understand it, it's a medical problem. But we understand alcoholism, and alcoholism is a choice.
Yeah.
No.
But
Alcoholism
yet you
is
can't be terminated
it's a
from
choice.
a job
It's
because you're an alcoholic.
It's a choice until it becomes an addiction.
Right.
Well, it's a choice to
It becomes
drink.
a problem. Yeah.
It's a choice to do drugs. But you can't get terminated from a job because you're an alcoholic. But we've also learned, we were having a serious discussion about it yesterday, how a lot of people say, oh, well, if we don't understand it, it's got to be a medical problem. And at what point do you draw the line and say, I'm sorry, but asshole kids are going to be asshole kids. They're going to pick their nose in the corner and not talk to you. They're going to lie about it. That's not because they're autistic. It's because they're a child. And that's what children do.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
your
I
point, though?
understand.
I'm missing your point.
Well, my point is that we were having a discussion yesterday about the article that we were talking about, and a lot of this, I'm so tired of people saying, oh, and this is going back to Lisa saying, 10 things you should stop doing when you're 10 years old, but they're children.
Uh-huh.
They're
Yeah.
children. Can we please stop interfering with the lives of children and let them be children?
Yeah.
Just because kids nowadays, yes,
you
Tammy, I
guide
understand.
them from day one. You guide them.
You guide them, but you also, they have educational games for
Right.
children. That doesn't
Oh, yeah.
mean that kids that are playing educational games on a tablet or only
Yeah.
play an hour or two a day have a mental disease.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying that. It's
Well,
just,
I don't think they don't mean. I don't think they mean just an hour or
Yeah,
two a day.
yeah,
I
they
think they
mean
mean that the
continuous.
kid's glued in front of the screen
Yeah.
and
Right.
doing this. I don't want to eat. I don't want to go out. I don't want to spend time with my friends. I just want to play video games 24/7. And then you realize that there's some kind of addiction problem going on, but not for 1 or 2 hours. Especially if it's an educational game. That's a good thing, actually, isn't it?
I would say it is, but the context of the article, I even sat through and I read it word for word
Yeah.
with my father-in-law, and they did not give any details of the study group or the group or the information of the people that they studied or that they tested. They did
Was
not
it
say
fake
children.
news?
No, I don't think it was fake news. I think it was a very interesting article, and I wanted to bring that up to you and let you
I
guys
have
know
a
that
good-
we really enjoyed that article yesterday.
I have a
But they
good
didn't
question.
give any information on the study group. They didn't say if it was adolescents.
Huh.
They didn't say if it was 30-somethings. They didn't say if it was 40-somethings that refused to work. And again, if you ask me, playing video games is a choice. Would I like to
Well-
sit down and play a video game right now? Absolutely. I would
Well,
love
let
to
me
play.
ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you find it relaxes you? Because
Yeah.
if it relaxes you, is it such a bad thing?
No.
Because I
and
would
don't
think that
so.
that would relax you, right? That's
And I
something you
agree.
enjoy.
And I completely agree with you. And one thing that we were also discussing was the fact of, okay, so video games, let's break it down to this. If you're playing video games too much, you're trying to default out of whatever your reality is at that very moment and put yourself into another realm, something that breaks
Mhm.
away from reality. But then do you ever think that
Okay.
sometimes you can read too much?
Mhm.
You want to read Harry Potter or you want to read some Dungeons and Dragons stuff or whatever, and
It's
I'm
all
not going to
about
call
balance.
it.
I think it's
Huh?
all about
Yeah.
balance. I don't have an
It's about
experience
balance.
with that. My kids, they do play, Wii, and they have Xbox One, and I even bought a few games for them for Christmas. But they're not glued in front of it. They never were, even as little kids.
See, we got him the Nintendo Switch, all right, which is the new thing that they have out there now.
Right.
But the thing, and he was big on his Xbox. But the games he's playing, to me, like when he's doing soccer or he's doing the football game, he's actually learning.
Yeah.
He's learning. So he doesn't really play, and especially with the Nintendo Switch right now, he does it. It's all activity. He
Yeah.
does a thing called arms where he's constantly moving. So he's not just sitting there vegetating.
Or
And
there's physical games. The PlayStation has it when you have the camera and you can move and you play like archery or you do whatever. Yeah,
Right.
you're gonna want to build
Here.
up that skill and play for an
I-
hour or two and whatever. But if you don't have anything important to do, then why not
ask
sit
a
there
I
and do
have a
that?
question.
Yeah,
I do have a
too,
question.
yeah.
Do you feel that kids who play the games that are all like killing and torture and blood and shooting and guns don't know that from reality and are the ones that go out? Like what was that?
you have to determine your child's
That's school.
you have to
I
you have to
completely
deter-
disagree
you have
with
to you have to determine your child's maturity level
Very
before you're able to
That's
decide.
also why games are marked where you can't buy them unless you're 17. Like Grand
Right.
Theft Auto
Right.
is.
But the
but
stores sell it to anyone.
Right.
You know what I'm
They'll
saying?
sell it
That
to anybody
subject
over
came
17.
up when we had that school shooting.
Yeah.
I can't think offhand. It's not coming to me. In Connecticut.
Newtown?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Newtown.
Sandy Hook.
Sandy
Yeah,
Hook.
Sandy
That's
Hook.
it. Sandy Hook.
Yep.
Wasn't that kid constantly
Morning, Rosemary.
playing video games? Wasn't that said
Oh, I
during
don't
that time?
I mean, but they say that they've been saying that since I was 10 years old. Oh, Grand Theft Auto is going to make 8-year-olds want to go out and steal cars and kill hookers. No, it's not.
Can I ask?
Just
a
you don't
question?
understand.
What do you want to say, Janet?
I just want to know, do you think people are born addicted or become addicted?
I think they
to-
become
to
addicted.
whatever is out
Yeah.
there. Because I
All right.
think if we
Well, that's an interesting thing because they say children of alcoholics that they, I don't think it's a gene. I don't know if I can explain this correctly, but if both their parents are alcoholics, the chances of them being an alcoholic or being at risk for being an alcoholic is much greater than, say, somebody whose parents were not alcoholics.
yeah,
So,
but
can I-
could
you
that
know,
they
addiction
say
go to
peop-
other things?
Go
too?
ahead.
Could that-
I just want to say, and I think my father would agree with this. My father was an alcoholic.
okay.
My
Mhm.
father hasn't consumed alcohol in 25 years.
For him.
God bless him. Good for
But
him.
Yeah.
when I
Wow.
was younger, my father was an alcoholic. My father drank every single day. My father did it
Mhm.
occasionally, and I want to say this correctly, being 30 now, I understand it. My father occasionally became abusive, was addicted to the alcohol, and I think that was my reason for not becoming an alcoholic myself.
But yeah,
And
with,
Well, I think it depends on the person, though.
It
I
does.
mean,
It does.
Yeah, I
My
agree.
parents are.
kudos to you.
My parents were
Thank you. But I
7
think that,
packs a
that goes
day.
back to the video game discussion, saying, yeah, you might play, and Lisa, I'm sorry for cutting you
No,
off,
no,
but
no. I cut you off
yes,
too.
you might want to play video games, and yes, you might become addicted, and you might get really pissed off when your character dies because you were in the middle of this great battle or whatever. But I think that just goes to show your level of maturity to say, hey, I know when I put the game down and when I turn the game off, reality is real.
Right,
Like
right,
reality
that's good.
exists, and I'm not going to go out and
yeah.
steal a McLaren and run from the cops.
I would so do that with you, though. I could be your sidekick.
Yeah, no.
Oh, jeez.
That's because
Okay.
I
Lisa
can,
gets
I
in trouble.
can, I can jump out of the car onto like a moving truck if I have to.
What
too.
a woman! She's gonna do flips.
No, my
you're gonna flipping
parents-
onto
Well,
the
you know,
truck?
we have
What?
Charlie Kaufman on the line,
Oh, hi,
and
Charlie.
maybe Charlie would like to.
Speaking of alcoholics, hold
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
No.
But I
Yeah.
do want to
Jace.
add.
I
I
like-
want to add, Jace, to that. My parents smoked 7 packs of cigarettes a day.
Yeah.
My brother and I never
Watch
picked
the
up a cigarette.
cameras there. Watch the cameras. Don't be
He's
a wise
not
guy.
wearing a tie. I don't know what's
Oh.
going to happen
Oh,
today.
God, yes.
Why aren't you
Oh,
wearing
it
a
is.
tie?
He's got
Oh,
it.
never
There it is,
mind.
there it
I
is.
spoke
Hiding
too
it.
soon.
All right.
Hi, Mike.
All right, now listen. All right,
Oh, God.
live from. I want to introduce this man properly because he's been a good friend for us all year, and he's a really great guy. You know, of course, you know him from the Thursday Night Ticket Talk Show.
Yeah.
So live from the Ticketmaster corporate offices in.
Whoa.
Or from his car.
No, I'm kidding. It's called SeatsLink. SeatsLink. I'm not Ticketmaster. To SeatsLink.com. If you want, you know what? Because here's the thing. Here's what Charlie will do for you for 2018. He'll pick you up in his own car. He'll drive you to the concert.
That's interesting.
He'll sit with you at the concert.
All right.
He'll
geez.
if you don't understand the lyrics to the song that's being sung,
He'll sing it to you.
he will sing it to you sitting there in your
What a
chair.
man.
If you like the Yankees, he'll take you to the Yankee game. If you like the Mets, he'll take you to the Mets game. If you're hungry, he'll take you to his home for dinner before the game. Why? Because he's Charlie Kaufman. And here he is, live, Charlie Kaufman.
Yay!
Good
Hi,
morning, Charlie.
Hey, good morning, Charlie.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. It is.
I
It
didn't
is.
think it was that bad, actually.
It's 16 degrees.
But think about all the people that are. We should go get them coffee.
We'll bring them all to your house with your mom. She can make bacon.
And wings. Oh, God.
What if you have to pee and you're in the middle of all those people? I think that way.
Wow, who wound you up today?
Yeah.
Who wound her up? Helen, did you wind her up today? Who wound her up? So, you know what I'm...
No, I think she misses me. I
What?
love my picture of my telephone. I love that color. At least it's like
Well, but get a camera.
I'm a pretty telephone.
That's the new look.
You know what? You know what? You know what that could be? She's gonna be my.
What?
She's gonna be. You're my Siri. Good morning. It's gonna be. Good morning, Helen.
Good morning, Eric.
How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am well, Helen. So, Helen, you're my new computer voice. All right.
Yes, I know that, Eric.
You'll
I'm
do-
not dumb.
You'll do everything I tell you to do.
Oh,
Isn't that right,
God.
Helen?
Absolutely, Eric. I will.
Yeah. She can say that because she knows she's not in the studio and it can't get physical. Helen, you're undressing me
Yes,
with your
you're
computer.
correct.
You're undressing me with
Yes.
your computer monitors, aren't you?
I want to know what
Yes,
Helen's wearing.
I am.
Helen's
Eric.
naked. That's why she's not on camera. She's
Ooh,
right.
what a-
right.
what
That's
a
why she's
floppy
always
twist.
dreamed of doing this. Right now, she's sitting in her home, totally naked, sprawled out on the bed, and having her way with herself.
Are you wearing
Stop,
khakis?
stop.
Are you wearing khakis?
No.
All right. What do we got, Charlie? What's going on in the world of Charlie Kaufman?
Oh.
Yeah, of course. There you go. Good comeback.
You want to know why he wanted to keep up with the Joneses? Because keeping it cool with the Kaufmans isn't cool anymore.
There you go. See that?
Ooh.
But Charlie, did you hear this article that they're saying now that too much video gaming can be considered a mental condition? Really? Yeah, that's kind
Oh my God.
okay. I know what, Charlie, and that's why we called because that we like your opinion on that as
Well,
well.
we got to get Charlie. Charlie's going to give us because we got a special guest coming on at 9 o'clock. So, but Charlie, I told, but I sure. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Oh
Wow.
my.
Alan.
Woo!
Oh God.
That laugh is great.
Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that, honey. Nice. Yeah. Charlie, talking about parties, you know, tomorrow night is our holiday party. If you and what your wife can make it, yeah, off key tiki and Patchogue, 6 to 7. Yeah, 6 to 7 open bar, 7:30 free buffet, 8 o'clock music. So if you can
Very good.
join us,
I
please
All right.
heard
come.
somebody's going to dance on the tables.
Yeah, Janet's going to be dancing on the tables.
Maybe? Then come on
Good.
down.
Come on out.
Love it.
Sound.
Okay. Well, that's kind of you. Okay. Well,
Understood.
It's okay. You're
No,
so
it's-
welcome. I heard school party. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Who the hell is Fish?
It's a band.
The breakup band of Hootie.
Yeah.
Okay. That's okay.
No, 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 no.
Absolutely. Charlie, I don't mean Charlie, I don't mean to cut you off, but I got somebody that's calling in, so I apologize for that. If I apologize, I'm sorry. I just got this guy. He's calling in for. He's supposed to be calling in now, and we're on. So I do apologize, but everybody, seatslink.com, seatslink.com. You know what, Charlie? If you give us a list of whatever it is, we'll put it up on the Cop and Crew pages.
Yes, please.
I think.
I'll make sure it gets there.
You too.
Ooh, ooh. Next, and God bless, Charlie.
You
Thank
too,
you,
honey.
Charlie.
You too, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
I felt bad about cutting him off, but I do have we have a scheduled guest. So, all right, ready, Lisa? Name a complaint that a goldfish might have about the bowl that he lives in.
It's too small.
Oh, number 2 answer. Okay, out of 122 people that were surveyed, Janet, name a complaint a goldfish might have about the bowl that he lives in.
They don't feed me enough.
Nope, not on there. Mike, name a complaint a goldfish might have about the bowl he lives in. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me get Mike on the air here. Hold on. Go ahead, Mike.
Never sing a fish concert?
That is the stupidest answer I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, sure, because you've never seen a fish concert. Yeah, no.
I'm going to ignore you. All right, hold on. All
Oh,
right.
we got the caller.
Hold on. And Helen, name a complaint that a goldfish might have about the bowl that he lives in.
Not clear enough.
Too dirty, number 1 answer. We'll take that. Okay, Jay, there's one more answer. Name a complaint that a goldfish might have about the bowl that he lives in.
It's too lonely. He doesn't have enough friends
Yeah,
in
I
there with
thought
him.
that.
No privacy. No
Aw.
privacy. No. Too dirty, number 1 answer. Too small, number 2
Why
answer.
the hell does a fish need privacy? From what?
I didn't write the cards.
That is stupid. Just saying.
You
It's
try living in a fish
stupid.
tank.
All right.
We have a guest that just
Yes.
arrived.
We do.
We do.
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
He can sit right with us right there. You can grab a chair right there. All right. So right now, Darius Norman, okay, he says from the get-go, the goal of rewriting financial rules has always been to help people help themselves. Overcoming his own financial setbacks has helped make his mission clear to empower others with the educational tools and services that he needs to assist in taking control of their financial and credit issues. He's a social worker, a consumer advocate, a published author, a certified credit repair specialist, and one of the ways that he helps people is through his book. It's called Rewriting Financial Rules. Welcome to the show, Darius Norman. Darius, how are you this morning?
Welcome.
I
Morning.
I am well, sir. Where are you located? What state are you call? Are you in Georgia right now? Atlanta. And how's the weather down there in Atlanta? It's cold up here in New York. Is it warm down there in Georgia?
I used
Can I
used
say?
to
Can I
live in
say?
Georgia.
We've never met, but I hate you. All right, I hate you. No, I really do. I hate you. We're freezing our asses off up here. It's going to be below zero, and with the wind chill factor, you know what? And you're down there sunning yourself in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, so welcome
Sunning
to
I tell you,
yourself.
I used to live in Georgia.
welcome to the show. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So you help people regain
Did you
their
say thank you or bite me?
No, I said thank you. Let me
No,
introduce.
not you, him.
Let me introduce you to everybody. First off, we have the lovely Lisa Marie. Lisa, say hi to if you would, please.
Hello, how you doing?
All right, we have Janet. We have to get somebody from the assisted living facility here, so we bring Janet in every once in a while. Janet,
Well,
say hello.
thank God for that.
There you go. And we have Taliban Mike. Say hi, Taliban Mike, if you would.
What's up?
All right, and then we have Jay, of course. We have Jay.
Good morning, sir. I just want to let you know I used to live in Georgia.
Who cares? All right, and now yeah, and that's they threw him out and they put him in Delaware.
My
you know.
son's got a house there.
And of course, we have Helen. Say hello, Helen.
Good morning.
And there we go. And we have a special guest. We have a special guest, and I'm honored to say we have a special guest in the studio this morning, and he's putting on the headphones right now. Hopefully, and then we have. Let me get him on a microphone here. We have from the Madhouse TV, the Mousetrap Cafe, and also from the name of the law firm, Tom.
Cameron Bull.
We have Tom Mealy in the house. So say good morning, Tom.
What's up, Eric? How are you? How was everybody
Good
today?
morning,
All right.
Tom.
Well, I was listening to the show on the way in. Great
Yeah.
show.
Do you like it?
I do.
I'm glad. Maybe the
Yeah.
law firm, you know.
It's the law. That's firm.
When you meet me, I'll look like a telephone.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's
that's
Helen up there on the telephone. So we want to find out. So you
No,
help
on the
people.
telephone.
So you help people regain financial stability, Darius. Correct? All right.
Like that.
No. The question is, so he says, are you an individual, a family, or a community wondering how to get out of debt? And, and I think, especially now, the reason I wanted him on now is because right now everybody's sitting back, and the excitement of Christmas and Hanukkah is gone, and now everybody's going, oh God, here come the credit card bills.
Yeah.
So what do you say to somebody? What do you say to somebody that's in debt? Where do you start, Darius? Where do you start with all this? It's you see, and I don't mean to interrupt, but you see things like there's people out there that say you can the first step is to decrease your spending, but isn't that sometimes it's difficult to do for people because when you get into the habit of using your credit cards or spending, it's kind of difficult to do. But anyway, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you. What's the second step? I'm sorry.
Very true.
Understood.
I was thinking maybe, some people could just get a sugar daddy. Is that on the list of things to get?
Who wound her up this morning?
Perhaps
Who wound
that
her up
would
today?
work.
Coffee.
Why are you looking at Tom? What say you, Tom?
Right now, I'm just listening.
Hey, Tom, how
Morning.
you doing?
How
How you doing?
Good morning, Vicky. Morning, Vicky.
What a crew you got here.
You like
Let
that,
me
huh?
tell you something.
You like it or not?
I do.
It's quite a crew, right?
I do.
I'm telling you.
gotta be.
All right, Darius. So okay,
Bunch
so-
of characters.
All right, let me give you
telling you.
let me give you for instance. Here you go. All right, so I have good credit. Okay, because I know I have good credit because they give me credit cards. All right, but the problem is that I use my credit cards too much and my balances are too high on my credit cards, which of course lowers my credit score.
Plus Christmas.
Right. So what good is? Let me ask a question now. They give you a credit card, they give you a credit limit, and you use it. Okay, but yet, and you pay your bill on time. You have, and I do. I pay my bills. I have no late payments on my credit report. None, not one. But yet my credit score is low. So why give me a credit line if I can't use it?
Because you have balances, right?
No, I'm asking why give me Darius, why give me a credit line? What do I, you say you should decrease your spending, but if I'm using my credit cards and they're making interest off me and they're making, that's what their business is. I get it and I understand it. Why does that affect my credit rating if I'm paying my bills on time?
Good question.
I get a kick out of some of the offers I get in the mail. Some of the offers I get in the mail, it's like 30%, and it's like and they make it easy. They make it appealing for people. They're sending. Do you know that if a person goes bankrupt, okay, if a person claims bankruptcy, as soon as the bankruptcy is discharged, you watch that person is going to start getting in the mail credit card offers.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to help you rebuild
true.
your credit. So it's like you just cured your addiction to debt, and they want to give you more. Here you go. We're going to feed you. But the interest rates on this stuff is like it's like amazing. It really is.
It's almost to set you up for failure again
Yeah.
in case you have an issue.
Yep. You need money. You have to have money to be able to. Tom, comment.
No, he's absolutely correct. It's the debt to loan ratio that lowers the scores.
Yeah, and it's like, but what gets me, like I said, is they give you a credit line.
Oh, it's scary.
But if you use the credit line, they take it away from you. But anyway, so
I think with the credit score
right,
and the fact that you are paying on time, you're never late, whatever, it should not, lower that. Your credit score should be
when I tell you,
increased
if you look at my credit
because
report, there isn't a derogatory note on my credit report. Linda is then, and I got to give, and that's because everybody should have a Linda. All right, because like. Linda, I get yelled at all the time, for using my credit cards, and it's like but she makes sure she knows when that credit card is due,
Yeah.
And they're never late, but yet still, and that's what one of my resolutions for 2018 is to try to use the credit cards less. I don't even carry them. I don't even carry them anymore. I don't even carry them with me anymore, because again, when you have good credit, you can rule the world. If you have bad credit, if your credit's not that
tell
good.
you, I used to work for Capital One, and one
Right.
thing I never understood was even if you have the perfect credit and you've paid all your bills on time and everything like that, working for Capital One, I realized that if you have a card, at the end of the year you have to pay a fee to
Yeah,
keep it.
that's right.
It's like that's garbage. Like
I have
no,
four
an
kids.
Yeah, a
annual
lot of
fee
these,
keeps
a lot of
cards
these,
barely
cancel it.
used
a
in
lot of these,
emergencies.
a lot of these cards that they're sending out to people too. They're not telling these people. They're saying, "Oh, you've been pre-approved," so the
Yeah.
person takes the card,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, they're getting a bill. They're getting charged $75
Yeah.
a year to have that card.
To have
You know what I'm
it, it's
saying?
like that's
So,
that's carpet.
yeah,
That's
it's
one of
crazy.
the reasons why at 30 years old I don't have any credit cards.
Good
Yeah.
for
No,
you.
thank
You got
Well,
one thing
you never
going
leave
for
the
you.
attic.
Smart.
Well,
You stay in
yeah,
your
but
attic
what do
all
you
the
think
time.
about that? At that age, don't you have to start building your credit? I remember when I first graduated from college, and my mom said, you have to start building some kind of credit history. And I started with store credit cards, and the store credit cards, their percentage rates are through the roof.
Yep.
But what about when people don't have any credit cards and they try to say
Yeah,
get
it's
a
just as
car
bad.
loan or something
Yeah.
like that?
It makes
what
it more
about
difficult.
that? Because I was raised that you have to have some amount of good credit history.
You do.
Yeah.
Right.
I just recently did that for my son.
Yeah. Did you?
Yes.
You're such a good mom. You're a good mom. Would you do it for me? Would you? Would you do it for
I
me?
think I think I'm maxed out after Christmas.
Yeah.
I'm going to get that sugar daddy.
Excuse
Are you? Is that what
Yeah.
you're going to do?
Mine too, I'm
Yeah.
sure
Okay.
while you're at
Yeah.
it.
The name of his book is Rewriting Financial Rules. It's simple keys to rewriting financial rules using credit repairing, building, and consumer reporting strategies. It's available at Barnes & Noble. It's available at Amazon. When did you write the book? How long has this book been in process? When did it start, and how long did it take you to write the book? That's great. You know what I love too? I'm looking at the table of contents of the book, and one of the things he has on here is a 21-day credit journal. And I find a lot of times, if I write things down, if I keep track of what's going on, I'm more apt to sometimes we just go about our business and do what we have to do and spend what we have to spend, not thinking about it. But when we're actually looking at it, see, and with me now, since I'm answerable to the wife, I'm
Yep.
more. You have to be answerable to someone, either yourself or to someone that So it's like it's to me that helps out. The journal truly helps out.
Can I
ask a
can I
question?
also say
Sure.
though that
What do you wanna
I've
ask, Janet?
also
Yeah,
learned that working at
Hold
Capital
on.
One, that if there's a fraudulent activity on your account, they don't really. I mean, they say that they do help, but they don't really help to fix it, to do anything with it. I mean, they take all the information, yeah, but then they tell you, well, you got to talk to the police, and the police say, well, you got to talk to the credit card company.
Because
And
there's
then-
people out there that what they'll do is they'll say, "Oh, I didn't charge that,"
Right.
or "It's not my charge," and
Right.
as soon as
No,
you
I
say
get that, but it seems like even when there's a real issue, they sometimes it really feels like there's nothing that they do to help.
Yeah.
And that again, that's another reason why. Listen, I feel like if I have cash, I have cash,
Yeah.
and guess what? It seems to be a lot easier for me.
it truly is.
And-
Janet,
and
you
that's-
Janet,
that's
you want to
just-
ask?
Yeah,
Janet, you want to ask a
Yeah,
question?
I had just recently, actually, Capital One, I have 4 cards with them. I just actually changed my date to like the beginning of the month to get everything done at the beginning, and this way I don't have to stress out at the end of the month.
Well, you got a credit card when they first started, right? Back in the 1800s.
Oh, yes.
Oh, Jesus.
It's made of stone. I have
Yeah,
to carry it with me when I go to
Flintstones, meet
I
the
wanna know-
Flintstones.
It's an actual stone tablet that
That's
she,
it, that's
that she
it. I
carries
had the
around.
first tablet.
Janet was there at the upper room taking Jesus' credit
You
card.
got it, hey.
No, I'm just
Me
kidding.
and him are like
I'm
this.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I didn't realize
We're
you could
crazy
do
here.
that.
I told you we're crazy here. So
You can-
I warned you. I warned you.
Yes, you didn't think that's
No,
a good
shut
idea?
up.
Is that a good idea?
Go ahead, Darius. What do you want to say? Go ahead, Darius. What? Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Right. Right.
It's great.
Cool. Very good.
Yes, we do.
Right.
Ah, very good idea. That's a good idea.
Right.
Gotcha. I'm even the credit bureaus themselves now, TransUnion, Equifax, the credit bureaus. If you look at them now, especially with what happened with Equifax, they have bureaus now where they actually, I was if you're going to dispute something, I'm finding it very, very easy. I like Credit Karma. I mean, I've used Credit Karma. I can check my scores
Okay.
and things
Yeah.
like that. But again, the Credit Karma scores, they differ. You know what I'm saying? There's different, so you got to be careful with that too. But as far as being accessible, TransUnion and Equifax, you can get them right online. The website is rewritingfinancialrulesllc.com. It's rewriting. That's REWRITING, financialrulesllc.com. His name, once again, is Darius Norman. He's a credit repair specialist from Georgia. I hate him. And he's an individual, or if you have individual
Close
or
to
family or
Florida.
community wondering how to get out of debt, or are opportunities available to you that are limited by your credit history? Are you dealing with credit situations that seem impossible to repair? Well, help is on the way with Darius Norman. He has the experience, folks. Pick up his book. It's available at Barnes & Noble, Rewriting Financial Rules, Simple Keys to Rewriting Financial Rules Using Credit Repairing, Building, and Consumer Reporting Strategies. It's also available on Amazon. If you go on Amazon, which I just did, the beautiful thing about Amazon, you can click on check out inside. You can see the table of contents. You can see the stuff that's available within his book. The beautiful thing, folks, is this gentleman, this man, has the ability to help you. If you're having situations with your credit and you have questions, he has the experience and he has the answers. But
Does
it
he have a
takes
phone number?
no, he doesn't use a phone, Janet. It's all done by you have to shout out the
Just
window.
use the stone tablet.
Yeah,
Tune in.
yeah. Does he? Do you have? Good. What's that number, Darius? Right, absolutely. So, what do you think of the morning show, Darius? What's your opinion of what you just heard over the last 15 minutes? Yeah. I'm glad you have.
Are you single? You want to be my sugar daddy?
Right.
You know,
Love a man that knows how to handle his money.
Darius, I have
Wow.
a man in Florida.
Yeah. So you're close to Atlanta, so it'll work out.
I was. Are you close to Jekyll Islands by any chance? Is that near you? Oh,
Yeah, Atlantis. Yeah.
oh.
Oh,
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
See
set up
that?
a date.
Doesn't matter. Do you have money? That's all that matters.
be
Money.
careful,
I'll be
Darius.
passing through soon,
Yeah.
so you know.
Yeah, it's a great.
That's all you need. A man with a
There
good
you
credit
go.
score.
There you go. Nothing else. Nothing else matters.
Too many NSFs, too many
Darius.
overdrafts. Oh, boy.
Darius, I find your credit score so sexy.
Darius Norman. Oh my God.
Ooh, what a six.
Yeah, Darius is going after this interview. He's going to quit the business.
Yes, he'll be
Darius
right-
Norman,
he's on
once
his way
again,
here.
rewriting financial rules, simple keys to rewriting financial rules using credit repairing, building, and consumer reporting strategies, available on Barnes & Noble, Amazon.
Noble Barnes.
His website is chock full of information. It's rewritingfinancialrulesllc.com. I say to you, listen here, you know what? It doesn't hurt to look. and then pick up the phone and call. Ask questions, be an educated consumer, and that's what it's all about. All right?
got it.
Darius, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Give me your phone number one more. Give the phone number one more time.
770.
Cool. Very good, Darius. You know, Darius, maybe we can have you on again, and actually we can work something out where maybe we can give away a couple of copies of your book,
Oh,
maybe
that'd be
autographed
great.
or something like that. All right?
Love it.
All right, we'll work that out. We'll get you, you know what, because there'll be people, I'm sure there's people out there that have credit questions. So, Lisa, maybe we can work something out where people,
give it away for.
if people have some kind of, questions and they want, we can
Absolutely.
work there,
Yeah,
because Lisa does
great.
the booking now, so we'll work that out, okay?
Absolutely. I'll be speaking with you, Darius.
All right, so the man with the perfect credit score is on his way back to his warmness in Georgia there. Big deal. All right, thanks, Darius. We love you. Thank you.
Have a great holiday.
Good job.
Thank you, Darius.
Bye-bye. In the house with us right now, the man himself, Tom Mealy. Now, Tom, give me the line. Come on, let me hear it. Go ahead.
What's the line?
You know, the radio line.
I mean,
I am Tom Mealy.
God,
What's my line?
so old. I feel like,
But
I'm
I
going back in time.
Yeah, you used to turn on the FM radio and you said,
know?
I am Tom
Right
Mealy.
now, this
you could
is-
call me directly.
But you
funny.
have
Those
that
some
on the
great
TV
times.
too that I see.
That's me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, you're
I
on
know.
TV now, too? You've stepped
Well,
up. Wow.
yeah.
Well, we gotta keep on going up
I've
with
seen you on
time.
TV.
How's your credit score?
I gotta tell you, it's very. I'm getting. Can I move around to the other side of the table? She's getting closer and closer. And even though she's very attractive, I gotta tell you, but I
got a
gotta
wife.
move around to the other side. Yeah,
Oh, sorry,
yeah. In
Tom.
fact, Vicky's listening right now. Dear, I'll be home later for breakfast. All right.
Go ahead, Tom.
But
Oh, boy.
The only problem is that Mike will end up in your lap.
There you go. Go ahead.
where did that come from?
That's Jay.
That's
Jay,
Jay.
if you look up on the screen.
Oh, there he is.
Jay's
Hi,
in
Jay.
Delaware.
How are you?
And that other picture over there of the
That's
telephone,
Helen.
that's Helen. Say hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen.
love-
I don't know where
Hi,
I'm
good
looking around.
morning.
So what were you going to say,
I love how
Tom? You were going to
said,
say?
where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And Helen, excuse me, Helen, Lisa, Janet, and Mike all went like this.
They all pointed behind him, yeah.
Pointed me
Tom
out,
was going to
sniffed
say something
them.
about credit. What were you going to say?
No, it's true about the credit, but there's a lot of problems with credit today.
I'm the sexy telephone. Helen.
Yeah.
I still can't figure out where that voice is coming from. Is she somewhere in the TV screen?
She's there.
I can't
She's
figure that out
she's
either.
the blue phone over
That's
there.
the blue
A lot of
phone.
times she sits next to me. I still can't figure it out.
Very
attractive
technical.
woman. Another
She
one.
can't figure. Yeah, we got Helen.
The law of attraction.
Helen's here on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. On Thursdays, and but what Helen is like. Also, Helen does. Helen is also very good friends who brings someone else in. Maria Castellano. Maria,
Oh, God, my
Maria,
daughter.
Maria, are you
Hey,
there?
how you doing?
Hey, Maria, say
How
hi to
you
say
doing?
hi to Tom Mealy, Maria.
Now that I like. I
That's
like
my
that
sister.
voice.
Hey,
Is
Hey,
that your
Tom,
sister?
how are you?
That's
my
How
sister.
you, baby?
I'm doing
How you
good.
doing?
She's my daughter.
Right.
And she's my other daughter.
But listen, you know what I want to say? I
Sure.
have to just clarify something because
Sure.
I know you got a ton of people listening
Yep.
out there. First of all, people have a misconception of what I do. I am not an attorney.
Right.
And
I
I
was
have to
gonna
make
let you-
that
yeah.
very, very clear. I
Yeah.
mean, my problem is I'm very aggressive, and
Good
even though
for
I did
you.
go to law school, all right, I never took it the distance only because I think that being as aggressive as I am and helping people in that area of law, if I was ever to get in front of a judge, I would. First of all, they'd pull it in a minute, because I
They'd put you
can't.
in the
I don't think I have the personality to put up with a lot of the legalities that go on inside a courtroom.
Gotcha.
So they would have to sew my mouth shut, or I'd get in trouble. So I just want to clarify that Jimmy Camerasana, Charlie Balillo, and Rich Coleman, a very dear friend of mine, we all work together. I'm a negotiator. I do all the negotiations. Again, my background is in
I
law.
negotiate,
However,
too.
that voice is scaring me. But I just
Go
wanted
ahead,
to
Tom,
clarify that. And the other guy from Georgia, I was just down in Georgia last week.
You've been traveling around a lot.
My
we
son
do a
has
lot
house
of
there he's
traveling.
selling in
How's that
Georgia.
RV doing?
It's good. It's
Yeah.
right now. It's she's put away for the winter, but we're getting ready to open it up in June, and we're going to head up.
Where are
to
some of the places
Canada.
you've been? Where you been?
Oh my God! And then they're going to say, "Well, where do you find time to work?"
Yeah.
But we've been probably 3/4 of the way around the country, and we're
Wow.
planning a
Good
trip
for
right
you.
now up into Canada, where we're going to be taking the trans something
yeah.
highway,
Right.
Yeah.
Trans Canadian Highway from
Beautiful. I love
Michigan
Canada.
to Oregon.
Nice.
Wow.
Then we're putting the RV on a boat. They're taking it over to Alaska.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
wow.
my dream.
And then back to California, and then down the Pacific Coast Highway to Colorado, New Mexico, and
You'll
then
love
back.
it.
That's so
He's living
great.
the
I'm
life
so.
I want
I got to
years
tell you,
from
I
now.
am so happy for you and Vicky. I really am.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
that's
but we still get the work done.
Yeah, well,
but
that's okay,
you know,
yeah.
that's
So
Yeah.
the bottom line is, what you guys, your firm is personal injury, correct?
Yeah, I've been in personal injury law for 30 years.
Right.
I mean, I've been doing this a long, long time. And, you know, like I said, I handle, you know, daily operations and production, et cetera, et cetera. And then, of course, there's Jim and Charlie and Rich. But, you know, and listen, it's a great gig. We help a lot of people. You know that we're very involved with charities all over
That's
Long
very
Island.
important, yeah.
And, you know, I think that's probably one of the main things that, you know, my objective is to constantly
others,
give back
yep.
to people on Long Island. You know, listen, you know, thank God, you know, we're fortunate we made it. You know, and I'm a stickler in karma. You know,
Oh,
you know,
got the right
you
girl
get
there.
what you give.
I so
Right.
agree.
And so, you know, there's a lot of people out there that don't know that word and they don't understand it. But and you watch where they are today. So we do a lot for charity, and I really love that part of it. I love getting out there, meeting the people, interacting with people, getting to know who I am. You know, one-on-one versus just seeing me on TV or hearing me on the radio. But that's
You know,
as I
Tom-
say in the commercial, that's what we do.
When it comes from the heart, that's so much more important with the karma.
Of course.
You know, because it's part of you that you're giving out, and that's a blessing from
And for
above.
those of you that don't know,
Yeah.
Tom was the proprietor, I guess we can call it, of Madhouse TV, a great organization that had a lot of great shows, and there's talks in the work about bringing Madhouse back. Are we talking about
You
that?
want to
Oh,
bring
yeah.
that up? I mean, I'm already.
I got
But,
chills. I got
you know,
confirmation.
No,
Oh, you
let's
get my
just we're keeping it. You know what? I'm
Yeah,
I don't want to
Listen,
get away from that.
I love building business. I mean, what I do is I build companies. I love building companies,
Yeah,
and
branding.
and we've built so many companies over the years, and you know and again, that's interacting with the public. Anything
Right.
that I built over the years, whether it was radio, TV, internet, even the law firms, it's all about interacting with people.
Right.
And it's all
that's
about
what's
paying
great.
it forward. That's
Yeah.
the key thing.
Yeah.
You've had some really great musical guests. I mean, the Stylistics.
Oh my God!
yeah.
I mean, we had now.
Oh,
you would
wow.
remember. I don't. And,
Yeah.
and again, I'm not saying anything about age here. All right,
No,
so
I'm
just understand because
29.
he
I don't
started
look
it.
old.
Well, she
all
was-
right, and I don't
remember
think
back
that
in the
was-
day with pyramids.
Janet was,
We had-
Surprised
Janet
how
was in
old
the
I am.
booth next to Lincoln. All right, so don't worry about it.
You know, thanks
Thank
to
God I didn't get
my,
shot.
All right, go ahead, Tom.
my partner Tommy Marr. I mean, he's the guy who really pushed the envelope
Right.
with this. You know, even though I created the business aspect, he created the music end of it, and
Right.
without him, I don't think we would have been able to do half of what we did.
Right.
But he's had groups like 10 years after. I mean, they flew out from England. You remember 10
Wow,
years
nice.
after? I'm coming home.
Tommy's personal
You know,
friends with Peter Townsend too.
Okay.
Yeah, Peter
Yeah.
Townsend,
Wow.
The Who.
Yeah.
We've had.
Wow.
You know,
The Who?
there's just so
Yeah.
many that I can't even. Vince Martell from the Vanilla Fudge.
Right. yeah.
Wow.
And the list goes on and on and on and on. I mean, we still have probably about 10, 12,000 videos still on
Fabulous.
YouTube that people are watching.
Yep.
Great.
Nice.
On the Madhouse TV.
Yep.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Bring them on to our
the
show.
sets that I mean, and you know what it was, Tom and Vicky, and you have to give props to Vicky too, because it was like, you know, if there was with building the sets and just the way they did things there, you know, they had a beautiful studio and everything like that, and it just they did. The reason I'm bringing that up is because I want people to know he started in his basement, just like I
Oh,
did. You know what I'm
cool.
saying?
Remember
And-
LJ James?
Yeah, LJ.
Yes,
Yep.
another
LJ,
name,
Yep.
yes.
He's listening, by the way.
He is.
Yeah, he's
Good
yeah.
morning, LJ. Very, very good personal, dear friend of mine. I love him to death. But you know, he and I started Madhouse TV many years ago. He wanted to open up a radio station. He thought he was going to be the next Howard Stern. And I remember in an elevator one time, he said to me, he says, "You're going to let this radio station tell you that you can't do it." And it kind of clicked, and one thing led to another, and yeah, we opened up Madhouse TV in my basement.
Wow.
And it just
Took off.
exploded. You know, but back then, Eric, it was different than it is today. You know,
Right.
people back then we didn't have Facebook Live, we didn't have a lot of the
opportunities.
the
yeah.
means to film. And I got to tell you something funny. And you brought up the fact that we're thinking of doing this again. The quality that we pushed out is why these people, multi-million-dollar sellers, albums, have come to our studio, because it was all about quality, and it was, the audio video was ahead of its time. But then people decided, you know what, I can do this, and they're learning now, Eric, they can't do it.
Right.
You know, there's very
Yeah.
few people like you and
he's-
like Madhouse TV that can actually pull this off.
yeah.
Yeah.
And their thought of, you know, either going out on their own. I'm getting calls now since, you know, Eric and I have discussed possibly, you know, entertaining the possibility of opening the studio again. And I'm getting calls from people saying, "Listen, God, I don't even know how it got. How did it get? Did you open your mouth?
Yeah,
Did you say anything?
No, I didn't say nothing.
I didn't say anything."
say
And
nothing.
then all of a sudden, it's like a whisper, you know,
Yeah.
goes into the wind.
Yeah.
And people say,
It's
you know,
a sign.
Well,
there's
you
that
know,
name.
That's
There's
right,
that,
Maria.
That
no,
voice again.
That voice again. But you never know.
But,
You know?
we are exploding. And 2018 is going to be the best of the best.
The bottom
I
line,
see
the
that.
bottom line is back in the day when we were doing this, it was very difficult. You know, you'd have people that couldn't get the audio, they couldn't get the
Right.
video. It wasn't like it is today. We've talked about this before in
Yeah.
past couple days, and he knows the struggles, and I know the
Oh,
struggles
yeah.
of what it is to try to put out a quality product. What's happening here on Long Island now is we have a lot of people. Anybody can be, you know, doing a podcast or start a station. It's very, very simple to do. And what we're finding from each other is that everybody has that niche. There's
Yep.
things that people do well, you know, and there's things like, you know, with us as far as like, you know, talk radio with Tom with Madhouse TV, you know, and I will say with Jim out there, you know, with his Village Connection, what he's doing with local bands and everything like that right now, and the way he's promoting them and the things that he's doing is fantastic. You know, you got people from the Stern Show. You got people from the Stern Show right over here. You know, we're going to be on that show at WMAP this afternoon with Casey Armstrong, you know, coming out, and you know, they're so used to FM radio. To doing their shows on FM radio, and all of a sudden they're saying, "Wow, look, internet is the way to go."
Oh, yeah.
You know, Tom, what do you say? I mean, what's
No, I agree with you. You know, in fact, on the way here, you know, with the new cars that are coming out now you have the ability to have hit the media button in the cars. And I know I just bought a new one, and I actually just clicked on the link, and I'm listening to this show on
Right.
my way in,
Yep.
like I was listening to BAB or BLI.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
you know, it's amazing. You know what I like the most about this show, Eric? And,
What's
and
that?
one of the reasons that very intrigued about doing something is that it's all about Long Island. You know, there are radio stations that are out there, and if you think about it, and I'm on the radio all the time. You know, we're on. Thank God, you know, for Cox Radio, BAB and BLI,
yeah.
the great people, John Shea, super guy. But what happens is when they get to their job, they don't have a radio in their car. So what do? They click on the internet and they listen to it via their earbuds or their speakers on their desk, or if they're driving in the car, they can click on this. Now, this is going to take over conventional radio. I
has
truly believe that it is.
already.
Yeah.
And what was unique is driving in here, listening to it on my radio with such quality that it was equal to any of these big multi-billion-dollar stations. So you have the ability now to bring Long Island to Long Island, and that's what I like about this. And around the country, I mean, this fella over here who's just sitting back
Delaware.
there in Delaware,
In his attic.
you know, it's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I actually listened to
No,
it.
Tom, I don't know if you heard the story about how I joined Eric. I actually joined one day. I was getting ready to go to my job at an FM radio station. And what ended up happening was I saw him on Blab, which was another live streaming platform that we used. And I decided to watch the show. He got a notification that I was watching, and he goes, "Hey, why don't you come join us?" So I joined. I said, "Hey, you know, my name is Jason, whatever, and I'm actually heading to an FM radio station to go do a job for a couple of hours." And when I got there, I went live on Periscope, and he actually watched me and saw that I knew what the hell I was doing instead of just pushing buttons for the fun of it. And he goes, "Why don't you come join us on our morning show?" And I've been here for 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fantastic.
It's amazing.
You know,
I find you very
Yay.
inspiring.
you know what it is. You know what
All
it
right, I'm
is.
going to sit closer to you then, okay?
Vicky!
He feels inspired to sit closer.
You know what it is too is what I found amazing over the Christmas holidays. One of the most popular gifts that were going out there was these the Google and the what are they, the Echoes, and you know, the type of thing where you,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
the thing
yeah.
you can have in your home,
Yes.
the little tube things, you know. So I walk over to it, joking around. I walk over to it and I go, "Alexa," and it goes right, and then I go,
Sounded like
"Alexa."
Lisa.
Yeah, I go, "Alexa, play www.wliny.com," and it goes playing, and it plays the station.
Wow, is that
That's
right?
awesome.
I heard
I
it on
didn't
the
know
radio
that.
comes
So
out
I'm
from
Cheating
Georgia.
on
Yeah,
me.
We put
yeah.
it
So
on.
I was like, when I heard that, I said, that is, you know, and the beautiful thing is I could do things like, you know, this. I'm just bringing something up here, just to take it. Of course, it's not going to. There we
Rob
go.
in chat
Check
is
this out,
asking-
Tom. You'll appreciate this. I could do things like this.
Hey, this is Tom Ely. Before we start, the number 1-800-95 New York. Okay, here's the deal. Soft tissue injury from an accident of any kind. I've been telling you for years, don't waste time with firms that don't get it and can't do it. And when you finally figure this out, and you will, we're here for you. Soft tissue injury, it's no joke, and you may be entitled to a large cash settlement. Time, it's critical. Ask for me personally. 1-800-95 New York.
There you go.
I got it, and you
Here's
can do
what
it.
we do.
Now,
I
now,
love his
Maria,
accent.
Maria,
It's
Maria,
so nice.
Maria
I
Cas-
love listening to him. I love it. It's
Maria,
very sexy,
Maria,
I
tell
wanna
everybody,
tell you.
tell everybody why they should use Tom's firm for personal injury. Tell them why. What'll happen if they don't, Maria?
Oy.
If you don't break
Break
your
your legs. What? I'll break your legs. Use Tom. There you go.
He knows your dad,
That's all
and
I
he
got.
knows what he do.
Yeah, see, the point there is that and again, there's a lot of great DJs out there. There are a lot of great stations out there. But the bottom line, too, is all these stations that you're listening to out there on the FM are telling you, listen to us online. Listen to us online. What is that? That's internet radio that you're listening to. And the beautiful thing about what we do and what Tom can do and what everybody else is doing out there is that we can cover from, if we say we're Long Island, we can cover from the East River to Orient Point. You know, we can do that. And we have people like Lisa and Janet and Mike and Helen and Jay and Phil and Frank and Jolene and all these people matter. And as a team, we can make this, you know, like Tom just said, we can take something and turn this in what they're taking or they're paying millions of dollars to do, and we're doing it here, you know, and we can make it a little bit less expensive
They
for
could
the
pay us
advertisers.
millions of dollars.
Yeah, well, it'd be
That would be
nice, but you
great.
know what? It's and you're reaching. Look at our reach on Facebook, guys.
Yeah, we're
what was our reach last week, Jay?
I will tell you in just a
Yesterday.
second. I also want to let you know that
Yesterday-
once you decided to go, Alexa, play WWW.
Yeah.
I hear from behind me very softly, Alexa off, because we got one too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. And you know what?
Now,
That's with
on her
Alexa.
phone
I can
and
walk
the
into a room. I
Alexa.
can walk into the room. It could be across the other side of the room, and I go, Alexa, just like that. Just about that sound, Alexa, and it goes. Boom,
Alexa
you know.
is a bitch. Alexa is a bitch.
Maria!
See, I have
on
watch
me,
this. Watch
Eric.
this, Tom. Let me just
Don't
let me
cheat
just
on
show
me,
Tom this
Eric.
really quick. Let me show this really
Don't
quick.
cheat on me.
I have Helen, my computer. Helen, good morning, computer.
Good morning, Eric.
How are you, Helen?
Alexa is a bitch. She's a slut.
Wow.
Don't talk to her
Helen,
again.
Helen actually is the show. She has a show called 17 Seconds with Helen Sunigliaro. She's the law of attraction practitioner. She had a standing only room at the, what was the, you did it at the Hilton?
Over 50.
Over 50, what was
It
it? Helen?
was at the Huntington
Hilton.
Hilton over 50 fair, standing room only. It was so much
was
fun. I had a great
fabulous.
time.
Yeah, after about 5 minutes, all the
Yeah.
people over 50 had to sit. But, you know, it was, you know, it was
There
good.
were a lot of people standing.
Helen, I would be willing. I just want you to know the next time, Helen, I want to do the intro for you there.
Oh, my God.
I want to get up before people and I want to go, do you suffer from hemorrhoids? Are you sexually dysfunctional? Are you having all the
Oh, God.
issues that people over 50 have? Well, here she is right now. Here she is, the woman that's going to tell you how you can get it up. I mean, get up and get
You
going.
can fix
Thank
it.
you.
You're welcome.
That's just great.
All right.
Thank you for your support. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
At
want to let
50
you know
at
our
50
reach between December 20th and December 26th was 77,120.
Right.
See that? It works.
Wow. Very
It
good.
really does. It works.
That's
It
all?
works.
Really?
That's all for a 6-day period. That includes
bad.
the holiday.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
I absolutely love it.
Right.
77.
Nothing through.
There was that one day where Janet tried to get naked and everything just fell apart. It was
Oh,
awful.
boy.
That was your best day,
Also,
honey.
that's also, I want to let you know, that's also because on Christmas Eve, we put out the number for NORAD Track Santa.
Yeah.
And it
That was
shared.
something.
Aw.
Jay actually had the guy from NORAD. You interviewed him, and I
Yep.
was amazed to find out, and it's a true story that what happened was a department store put out a telephone number for it to call Santa, and they put out the wrong phone number, and a general
my God.
actually was the number that they would call to launch the nukes.
Get
and,
out.
and some kid would call the number, and a general picked up the phone, and the kid's like, "Hi, can I talk to Santa?" You know, and it was like that's how it started, right?
Get out.
We had the interview on. It was going.
God.
So Tom, as far as like, you know, and I want to talk a little bit about personal injury because that's what your firm does. But you know, there's a lot of people out there that are told with certain injuries, you know, the attorneys will turn them away. You know, they'll say it's not you won't get anything for that. I mean, does your firm? I mean, where do you draw the line? I mean, because if a person gets hurt, aren't they entitled to something?
Well, yes, but before I go,
You're not a lawyer. I'm saying.
No. Hey, listen, I'll tell you exactly the way. Again, this is why I can't go into the courtroom.
Right.
All right. But anyway, I just want to make a statement. Somebody said something about the way we look. There are so many different perspectives of what a lawyer should look like, what a lawyer should say, how a lawyer should.
What do you mean the way we look? What do you mean the way we look?
Well, I mean, listen, obviously the commercial that we do, a lot of people compare us with, the movie The Goodfellas, because of the way that we're dressed and how we come down the steps, et cetera. We are different, and there's a big difference between being, I call them bow ties, and being yourself, being real. And too many people out there are intimidated by a lawyer because they think that they're so much more educated than them, they're so much better than them, and a lot of lawyers are like that, and they do have a tendency of making you feel uncomfortable because of their so-called education. They're people. They're real people. There is no difference, and this is what we try to portray. I don't want to portray, that we're going to break anybody's legs or anything like that, but that's not the purpose of the commercial. The commercial is to say, listen, you know what?
Yo, why not?
We are we are blue collar people, just like majority of the people here on Long Island. They're
like
blue
that.
collar people.
Yep.
We
I
are
like that a
not. I don't want to sound like I'm.
It was the
a
job
white
you
collar-
chose to do.
This is true. It is, and that's all it is. It's a job. It's just like an electrician. Electrician goes into the house. He fixes your breaker. You have to pay him for
Exactly.
his knowledge to fix that breaker. You don't know how to fix a breaker.
Exactly.
You get involved in a car accident here on Long Island, and people don't. First of all, a lot of lawyers will not touch soft tissue, and it's not because they don't know how to do the paperwork. There's not enough in it for them. And this is a problem because soft tissue injury, the ligaments, the tendons, that is worse than breaking a bone. You have a soft tissue injury, you have a, there's something called radiculopathy. It's an encroachment of the thecal sac where the nerve is touched by part of your disc. You have to prove that.
I have a sac
You have
that's
to-
touched by disc too.
Oh,
You know what the thing is? I
You
gotta
have
say,
to prove it. They don't want to work to prove it. They want to say, okay, here's an X-ray with a broken bone. This is now I'm going to sit back and I'm going to collect the money. We work at what we do. We work very, very hard at what we do. We get results for what we do, and the insurance companies know that. So, I do the negotiation. I'll call the insurance company. They may offer me on a case that's, let's say it's valued at $25,000. He may say to me, Tom, you know what, I'll give you $18,500 for the case. I'm going to say, no, it's valued at $25,000. Either give it to me now, or you're going to give me more later because I'll put it in suit. And we are not afraid to do that.
And they
We
don't
will
want
throw
to
the
go. They
case
don't
in
want to
suit.
go to court.
Of
because
course,
it'll
they don't
cost
want to
them
go
more
to
even
court.
Cost
So
them more in
the
the long
sooner
run,
they
right.
get to know this,
Right.
and these carriers eventually, I mean, they know who I am. Obviously, I've been doing it a long time. They get me on. They don't want to talk to me because they know that I'm not taking.
And they know you're going to fight for the person.
Without a
and that's the
doubt,
important
without
thing.
a doubt. I don't
what you
need to
want.
settle your case to make our payroll.
Right.
A lot of law firms out there that
Right.
have to do that because they make the mistake in bringing their overhead way too high.
Yeah.
If I don't have to settle your case to make payroll, who am I working for? You or
Right,
me?
right,
I'm working for
exactly.
you.
Of course.
And that's the
That's
way.
what you
That's
want
the
a
way
lawyer
we
for.
are. It's
I
a
see.
simple.
I
simple
see my partner Phil Giacino has joined us, and I want to say something with regards to lawyers. There's a lot of lawyers out there that that do something what they call general practice, and then there's lawyers out there like your firm and like Phil that are very, very much experienced at what they do. For instance, divorce and family law. I mean, when for 26 years he's been practicing divorce and family law, and he knows what he's doing.
yeah.
So you see a lot of people that'll come through his office and that really are get what they need to get what they need to have done because they have an attorney that knows what they're doing.
I give him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
Divorce law is
Yeah,
something
It's gotta be
that
hard,
is.
yeah.
It's
very,
rough
very
because you're
difficult.
dealing with and I see Phil, and it's rough because you got to deal with other attorneys, you got to deal with the people on the other side of the table, you got to deal with this. I've seen Phil up at I've seen Phil do his show on a Tuesday night. And finish up and say, okay, now I'm going to go home and I got to work all night because I'm going to trial in the morning
Yeah.
too, and know what I'm doing. So, so I want to give Phil his props as far as divorce and family law goes. And then there's attorneys. You talk about the way people dress. You see, Billy Keon. He walks into the courtroom. He doesn't wear a suit and tie. He's dressed like, he's like a laid back attorney, and he tells the judge and he talks to the judge, and he gains respect, and that's what you need. You need a law firm
exactly true.
like yours, like Phil, like that'll walk in there and have the respect that the judges respect you and the juries will respect you. Whoever it is, you need to gain the respect, and if you don't have that, that's not the law firm
And
that
that's
you want to deal
earned.
with.
That's not given.
Absolutely.
That's
it.
earned. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's it.
I haven't heard anything from you though yet. I want to. What is your opinion
Of which thing?
of this whole conversation?
Oh, I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
It's a dangerous thing.
Go ahead. What do you want
Let's
to say?
hear it.
No, I'm recently divorced. I went through that. It's the whole process is terrible. If I could go back, I would have redone certain things to make the process easier and better for all. I think it's one big giant game between lawyers, judges, the ex. I find what you're saying is very interesting. I like the fact that you are different, as far as your firm. You're not a lawyer, but what you do and how you present yourself, I like that.
Important, yeah.
I find you very inspiring.
Tom, somebody's asking for the 800 number. They have a worker that's interested in that needs an attorney for a soft tissue injury. What's the number?
Well, it's 1-800-95 New York. Yeah, 1-800-95 New York. It's not about, sometimes people look at me and say, well, what do you know? You're not an attorney. I'm doing this 30 years. I know I look good for my age, right?
You do.
Say
And
it,
your
girl.
credit score is
Say it.
good,
Am
too.
I
Hey,
good?
how you
But,
doing? Woo!
It's just like anything else. If
Listen,
you
Maria,
do it long
he's
enough.
next to me, all right? But he's got a wife. You're not here. I am.
All right.
And
All
I'm
right.
in your
Let
You know
him talk.
what? I'll take care
Easy,
of you
easy
later.
there, girls. Easy there. Go ahead.
It's if you do something long enough, I'm very well diversified in the legal aspects of
Right.
what has to get done from the day that case comes in till the day it settles, and also the medical aspect of it. I took many CLE courses about what happens to the human body when it's involved in an accident, crunch
What is
zones,
CLE?
points
I'm
of it.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
What
What's
is CLE courses?
They're continuous educational courses that a lot of lawyers take. In fact, I took so many I was admitted to the New York State Trial Lawyers Association as a non-attorney.
Yeah.
So
Phil just had to take one. Phil took a course in
Yeah.
whatever in his family. You have to keep updated.
Yeah, you
on
have
that
to
stuff.
keep up.
It's like
with them,
seminars.
but you learn this stuff. So listen. Do I need to have a shield up on my wall in my office to know what you're doing? Absolutely not. Do I like what I'm doing? I love what I'm doing because I get a chance to interact with the people again. And again, I don't want to walk into that courtroom. I want to settle your case in my office without having to go to trial where there's extra expenses.
That's what I love about that.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's
And that's the way I want to take
But
care
if
of it.
everybody thought that way, you have attorneys that don't think that way.
No, they
you have
all want
attorneys
the
that just
bucks,
say,
yeah.
"Oh, cha-ching, cha-ching,
Yeah, I
cha-ching,"
agree.
and the whole system, to me, is corrupt.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I
I
don't
don't
drive
like
a
it.
Some of it
BMW
is,
or a
yeah.
Lexus or a Mercedes. I have a Dodge Ram pickup truck, and that's what I drive. We don't put on any airs. We don't make anything out of something that's nothing. We'll tell you
You
straight
work
up whether
for
we
the
got
people.
it. And I'll tell you something else. We've become very good friends with them.
Well, that's the key.
And that's
you're
I have
real, you're
so
real. You
many
don't BS
friends
people. That's
that
the key.
I have found and that we've bonded over the many years that I'm doing this. That it's great. Great.
Well, you become part of their life too, so that
You become
that's
part of their
the care
family.
of it.
You
That's
really
what-
do.
yeah.
You become part of their family,
And it's
which
so
is a
important.
great thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We did a thing with WBLI not too long ago. It was called Heels and Handbags. Did anybody know
Oh
what
yeah,
that is?
I've been there.
Were you there?
I did.
I know.
Did
but
you?
I,
Why didn't you
sometimes
come?
I
I've
listened
gone
to
to
it.
it.
I don't think
I've
I was
gone to
here.
it.
Was I here?
You might have been in
I
Florida.
might have been in Florida.
Eric, I felt
Yeah.
like a piece of steak on the grill.
Really
You
was.
know, I got to tell you something. There was me, Jimmy, and Charlie were there, and there had to be about 1,500, 2,000
Yep,
women.
I've been to it.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
thing. And
Yeah,
we
it
met
is good.
so many people. We took so many pictures. We had so much fun. And I think about 3 or 4 of the people that I met there, Vicky, shut off the radio. 3 or 4 people that I met there.
Sorry, she
we
can listen everywhere.
We communicate to this day, and
That's
it's
great.
all about relationships.
Well, that's
and,
the key.
Good.
and again, bringing back to your station here, Eric, Long Island, Long Island people. You know, that's
Real.
what I like about it.
Real, yeah.
WLINY. You know what it was Phil and Frank. They were doing a show on 103.9. Not to say anything bad about 103.9. Great, WRCN, great station. But I came. They came. We got together, and I took them over to the house, and I said, look at the studio, and this is what we have the capabilities of being able to do. And the realization was just that they had a lot more access to people, not only here on Long Island, but also throughout the country. To be, I mean, they basically, they've had guests on. They actually one day they were on. With Standing on Principle was on, and we get a call, and it's from Australia,
Yeah.
and it's a politician or like the mayor or some.
Cool.
He actually had some high distinguished office in where he was in Australia, listening to Standing on Principle. Frank Vetro's show, they do a great job. Frank does a lot with the wrongfully convicted. Even with Phil and Frank, they had. I'm trying to remember the gentleman's name. There was a guy that I keep wanting to say Gregory James, but he was imprisoned on death row, 17
my
years,
God.
17 years
Oh, yeah. I
on
remember
death
that.
row,
Yeah, I remember that show.
to find out right before he was to be executed. What had happened was Geraldo Rivera had come into the prison, was interviewing another inmate about being wrongfully convicted, and he says, "Do you know anybody else in here that might, be wrongfully convicted?" And they mentioned this guy's name, and they had him, and he was innocent on death row, facing
I
death.
remember.
So
For
these are
17 years.
we get.
Yeah,
I mean, Casey Armstrong, who, like I said, I'm doing this show later on today. Casey just interviewed somebody that was a survivor from Auschwitz. And there's so many great people out there that. I'm sorry to say that sometimes with terrestrial radio, you just can't get them on. These are people with real life stories, and that's what we're doing here. With WLINY radio, we're making sure that we put out quality shows, quality information. We're getting away from the music, and I got to be honest with that, and that's going to be happening real soon. We're basically going talk here because the music is just like you can listen to music anywhere. But you can
Talk
listen.
is
But
good.
when you see
Yeah.
things like
Good.
with Madhouse, or you see things with us, we're doing things that are not the ordinary. Like this show right now. I mean, it's not the ordinary morning show. You don't get morning shows where it's all talk all the
Yeah.
time.
It's the
and
extraordinary.
opinions and personality and getting different people on and doing things like that. And
And
that's
it's
what it's all about.
unscripted. That's the
That's
fun
a
part.
real
We don't
personality.
script
I mean,
it.
That's the
Yeah.
I mean, you can have Helen, who would go from being very professional and talking about the 17s. No, listen, this is a compliment, I promise. You have Helen who can go from talking about the 17 seconds and whatever, and then in an instant later we can go into joking, and then she's Maria and she's gonna break your legs if you're not listening.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how
That's
you.
right.
Helen
it's
is-
a real show. Like, it's
Helen
real
is Helen is
people
real,
that do
and when you
For
and
real.
whenever you think of Lisa, it's like. We got
Jason's flash.
I joke around with him. We got Taliban Mike. He went overseas. He wanted to join ISIS, and they said, "No, go home, shave the beard." So I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm only kidding. We don't advocate that type of thing. It's all,
No.
things we say here.
It's all in the name of fun.
I told you we had that one PR company that calls me up. She goes, the person we had on before. She
Yeah.
calls me up, and I've had guests on before for her, and she says. We listened to your show. We started listening to your show. We can't turn it off. And I always, when people say that, I say, maybe the PR people are just trying to build me up, so I'll put their guests
Oh, you
on.
tell us what
and
happened yesterday?
And I said to her, really, Nicole?
Here we go.
Do you feel that?
Here we go.
I went into character. I go,
No.
do you feel the chemistry, Nicole? She goes,
course.
I do. I said, okay, you passed the test. I said to Jay, Jay, we got to get T-shirts made up with my picture on it that says, do you feel the chemistry? Jay said they probably sell. I said, no,
Really?
Helen would have pushing the mic away. Yeah. So,
Oh, wait,
Drew-
check this out, Tom. This
Drew
is my
DeMarco.
impression of Helen. Watch this. Ready?
here, watch.
Oh.
You got to watch
Oh,
the-
no.
where she pushes. You got to watch the screen.
Tom.
Yeah, he pushes to watch. Now, this is what Helen
You got-
does. Whenever
watch
whenever we say something that Helen doesn't appreciate, she does this. She does this. She goes. She pushes the mic away and puts her arms across her chest like that. So, but the bottom line is. We appreciate you, Tom. We
Helen.
appreciate what you do, what your firm does.
I know.
Like right now, like we said, we were talking, and here comes somebody on the chat room that says, my coworker is looking for someone that
There you
needs
go.
an attorney that be willing to talk about soft tissue injury, that type
Drew
of thing.
DeMarco is
So-
asking for your phone number as well.
Yeah, it's
Drew DeMarco.
my number or Tom's.
Tom's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
It's simple. It's just 1-800-95 New York. Hey, listen. Let's. Can we bring up another? Listen. The law is a great thing, and 50% of my bread and butter. So, but, I want to, the Mousetrap Cafe.
Right.
You didn't bring it up. Everybody's wondering what's happening to
Oh,
the
yes.
Mousetrap Cafe.
Yeah, tell us about it. Just to
it?
tell everybody, the Mousetrap Cafe, and if you've never had the opportunity to, or you didn't have the opportunity to go there, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And Linda and I would go there.
Yeah.
You could eat, and, it was just you put so much time and effort and money into that. So where are we with the Mousetrap?
I can't
right
talk about it.
Yeah, you can't.
No.
But let's talk about it.
I really
Get
can't.
out.
I really can't talk about it. No, it's in right now.
Litigation?
What do you
Who
mean
said
you
that?
can't talk about it?
I didn't say that.
So what do you want to say about the Mousetrap?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. But I do want to bring up. I mean, you want to. We're talking about the radio show, and I just want to let people know that years ago we used to do. And again, I'm going back to the law firm, and I really don't want to do that.
Right.
But it's called Legal Straight Talk.
Right. That's why we're talking about it.
We're going to be introducing that. Hopefully, if talks continue the way they're going, we may be introducing that, which will allow people to call in and speak with Jimmy, Charlie, Rich, myself as to what they should or should
That's
not
the
do.
reason- yeah.
And there's obviously, listen, a lot of people charge fees, and that's another thing that I'm so opposed to. I do not like the fact that if you have a problem, you come in and you got to write a check for $100. That's crap. Can I say crap on the radio?
You could say crap.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can say that.
You can say much more than that.
We're gonna be introducing that, and I feel comfortable about it. But other than that, hey, listen, it's cold out there.
Yeah.
Ooh, there.
Ooh, baby,
That's
it's
why I
cold
wanted
out
every,
there.
and that's
Is
what
that the
and
name of
that's
the
and that's what
song?
started the conversation.
yes,
Is
it
it's really what do you what was that? Who's got a
That's
phone
me.
on?
Sorry,
All right,
sorry.
You get one
Listen,
demerit.
Maria.
How many people are with you, Maria?
Well, I want to
Knock it
thank.
off.
Listen, I want to thank Tom. I want to thank you
Yes,
so much for coming in today. We appreciate. You know what?
Thanks for
When
having
someone
me.
like you come in and say, "Hey, listen, I was listening to you in my car and it really sounded great," and you gave us a compliment. And I know you. Listen, Tom Mealy's the type of guy where if he thought you were full of shit or if you thought that thought it was crap, he would tell me point blank. He would say, "Eric, listen," because the opinions. I respect his opinion, and he respects my opinion, and that's what you need. You need.
Hey,
to
listen. First of all, I've been doing a lot of stuff over the past couple of years. I would
Right.
never be here, and I got to tell you the truth. If I thought for 1 minute that this station was anything less than A-rated,
Yep.
I give you guys a lot of credit. You're really doing some super
love it.
things. Listen, I had to see a client this morning, and I called up and I said, "Listen, you're in the hospital bed. Where you going?" All right, I'll see you later. All right, so where are you going?
You
So
gave up the
I'll tell
client
you
to
what.
come here,
Let me.
yes,
I'll
yeah.
stop by after I go to see Eric and you guys and all these people out here in Long Island around
Yeah.
the country. Glad to be able to share
Yep.
my message.
Can I ask you one question? What is your birthday?
Oh, here it comes.
Uh-oh.
Here he goes. Oh
boy.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What do you think it is? Because I know you're going somewhere with this.
Janet, give it to him off the air. All
Because
right?
I know.
All right, okay, off the air.
No.
You wanna do- oh, you
I
like that?
couldn't care
No, I
less.
just- I just
Don't.
like-
Not the year was born.
No,
No,
just a
just
day,
day
and
and
a
month.
day and a month.
1976. But go ahead.
All right,
What-
good day and a month.
I like your outspokenness. I
Yeah.
feel like that's real important, especially with what you do. I like your confidence, okay, which I think precedes everything. But I like most of all that you help others. That's your key.
So what
to
month was I
success.
born?
Well, I'm a Taurus. I don't know. I feel like you're an Earth sign.
I am another sign.
January.
Oh no.
February,
No.
March,
No.
April, May.
We'll disregard the guy behind the curtain right now.
He is of
September.
no
I'm a
consequence.
Virgo.
You're an Earth. That's what I said. You're
Oh,
an Earth
I'm an
sign.
Earth?
Earth sign.
Oh, an Earth.
Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo.
I
We're
thought she was
Earth.
calling me something else.
No,
for a minute
no,
there.
we're Earth people. We're real. Like we're real.
Uh-oh.
She's an Earth. I'm
Tom,
an Earth. You're an Earth.
Tom,
I'm an Earth.
Tom, watch this.
yeah.
I've been hanging
Oh,
out with
here we
Janet. I've
go.
been hanging out
Oh,
with
Jesus.
Janet right
I
now.
want you to
Watch,
put
you're going to
the
be
Papa
amazed.
Stones.
They call me the amazing Enrico. Ready? Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you know some? I can feel it, Tom. Wait now, Tom. Tell me if I'm
Papa
lying.
Stone.
Tell me if I'm lying, Tom.
What do I gotta do?
Pick.
Oh, no.
Raise your
I'm
hand.
pass your
I'm
kid-
putting my hand
Pass-
into this bag.
Oh boy,
All
he's
right,
reaching
and
into
I'm
that
deep
sack
and
right now,
going
ladies and gentlemen.
Deep,
Tom,
deep.
Watch how I do this now, Tom.
Hold
Do you-
on.
You know somebody with a
Let me see
vowel
that.
in their name,
Let me
don't
see
you?
that.
With a
Papa
vowel?
Stone.
A vowel in their name.
I
Yes,
do.
You do,
Yeah.
right? They have and they have hair.
Oh, Jesus.
Where am I going with this? I don't know if I'm going to answer him. But go ahead. Yeah, he's got hair.
He's got hair, right? And it's a guy, right?
Okay.
Are you amazed?
Oh,
Huh?
boy.
Yes, I'm amazed.
Oh,
Go ahead, Janet. Read it really quick.
Okay,
Go
all
ahead.
right, all right.
Go. We got to get going. Here.
What, these are, I call them my mystical crystals, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
I call them
All
my.
right.
Yeah, you pass them like a
Okay.
stream. You know. Go ahead.
First of all, there's a lot of healing around you.
Okay.
You definitely have someone on the other side that's helping you.
Yeah, Jay, he's on the
Protecting you.
calendar. He's right
No,
up there.
no, no.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
You
sorry.
mean on the other side of the earth?
Yeah, in heaven.
Okay,
Yep,
in heaven.
yep,
That's
okay.
helping me?
Yes,
China.
protecting you. Yep. Okay, financial gain is there for you. You have a lot of love, which is really important.
I
That's the
love you,
most
Tom.
important
I
thing.
do. I really do, Tom. I love you. I love you, man. I do.
New doors, new opportunities. And you being an earth sign, the last 5 years have been really, really rotten in a lot of ways.
Oh,
But we
my God, they have
we
been.
have-
They have been rotten.
They have.
But
That's
but you
true.
have
Coming on this
new
show is the
doors
top.
opening
Huh?
now.
Really?
Yeah, well, not rotten financially, rotten
whole
in
scenario.
in the fact that I helped build a company, and I took this company from basically a closet to the penthouse.
Yeah.
And after I got this person to the penthouse, he turned his back on me
But honey, don't worry.
and left.
That's his karma.
That's
You're-
Oh, I know. Oh,
you're-
trust me.
you're
People that
gonna
are
be
listening to know who
growing.
this guy is.
One
That's
thing about us
terrible.
Earth
It was
people,
terrible.
we're growing bigger. 2018. Whoa!
Yeah?
Forget about the past.
All
I
right.
have
It's all
the chills.
opportunities.
I'm going to keep your rocks.
You can keep my
You
rocks,
can have your
honey.
package. All right, listen, it's
Okay.
9:58. It's time to say goodbye,
Yeah.
guys. Because I got things to do and we got things to do. Don't
Yes,
forget
yes,
today
yes.
we're going to be on that show, and I'll tell you
Yeah.
more about that. You'll keep watching Facebook for messages on that. Casey Armstrong show. He's got his station out there. WMAP will be on that. He'll be on our show tomorrow morning. For right now, Lisa, parting thoughts, if you would.
Decide what it is you want. Write that shit down. Make a fucking plan.
Ooh, there
and
you go.
work on it
There you go.
every single day.
There you go, Janet. Parting
Okay,
thoughts.
this I got from my friend Stefan Ryback.
Go ahead.
It's great. You are entitled to happiness, positivity, and goodness, but little of this will come your way until you first believe deeply that you deserve it. Much of the hardship we experience in life is self-imposed because we put too much energy into darkness, fault, and illusion. When we choose to think differently and change our perceptions about ourselves, light becomes our guide, and we are safe in God's will.
Beautiful.
I like that, Janet.
Thank
Thank you. My friend
Mike.
Stefan.
Yes, this evening I will be with the Twin Shores Chorus at Old Bethpage Village Restoration.
Yep.
Still caroling throughout the
Okay.
weekend.
Sounds nice.
And at 8 o'clock, I'll be at St. Joseph's Church with the Hibernian Festival Singers doing
Okay.
a different holiday show. As I say always, tell someone you love them, give them a hug.
Is that
God
like the-
bless you all.
Is that like the raccoons? Woo woo. You know, I'm sorry.
And tomorrow's our holiday party.
Yes.
Don't forget.
Don't forget. All right, Jay. Parting thoughts.
Well, I
Well,
first off
tonight.
want to say thank you to Tom, Darius, as well as Charlie for hanging out with us this morning. If you missed any part of the show, we are on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Podsnack, Mixler, Spreaker, TuneIn Radio, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitch, Good Talk Radio Network. We also have our Instagram as well as our blog. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yeah, we're out
Thank
there.
you for all the
Thank you.
shares this morning, the
Out-
50+ shares. For people listening out in California, have a great day. People over here on the East Coast, you ain't got much more time left. Enjoy your lunch. Enjoy the rest of your day. We will see you all tomorrow. And Eric, I owe you a special thank you. A year ago today, you showed me what real friends are.
I love
and
you.
I love
I love you too.
Yep.
Listen,
You want me to
um,
give you a
Yeah,
final
hey.
thought here?
yeah, I do.
All
I'm
right,
going to
very,
ask you
very
right now.
important.
Please, final thought, please.
You know, there's something I read the other day that made a lot of sense. It says we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used to create them.
Absolutely. Very good.
And I really like that saying. So
I do
I'm
too.
gonna-
Say it
I'm-
again.
I think
Tell
I'm
them
gonna-
again. Tell them again
I'm
one more
gonna-
time.
I think I'm going to use it in 2016. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking that we use to create them. Think out of the box.
There you go. Well, I'd like to leave you with this. See, a deacon is in the hospital, and his good friend, a preacher, goes to visit him. Well, the preacher notices that all the medical equipment attached to the deacon, he kneels by the bed. And the deacon motions to a pad and pen on the nightstand. The preacher hands his friend the pad and pen, and the deacon begins to write. Suddenly, the deacon dies. At his funeral, the preacher delivers the service, and he says, I was with him when he died, and as a matter of fact, I have his last thought in my coat pocket here. The preacher pulls out the paper.
Get off my oxygen
And he
tube.
reads, please get up. You're kneeling on my oxygen hose. Let me lead you with that. Laughter, folks. Laughter is the best medicine.
That's
It
right.
activates the, what do they call it? The fountain of youth within
endorphins.
us all. Laugh. Have a laugh. Laugh it off. All right. Don't let things get you down. It's a new year. It's 2018. All right. Remember 2017, but act differently if you need to in 2018. Do what you have to do to make yourself happy. All right, guys. Remember, as John Lennon said, life is what happens.
When
you're
you're busy
busy
making
making
other
other
plans.
Thank you,
Other
everybody. I love you all. Have a great one.
Bye,
What's
guys.
today? Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow
Bye,
right here on
everybody.
KOP
Oh.
What?
True.
True.
Red Friday tomorrow.
Wear red for the veterans. for the
Yep,
soldiers.
yep.
Remember,
Totally.
everybody deployed. Red
Bye.
Friday.
Play it, Jay.